day I wake up, it's another person that's dead, and YouTube has to solve it cause the law is failing kids. I'm disgusted at the evil in the end, and if you connect the dots, you'll see the vision in your head. Why do people die as victim to the streets? They wonder why I'm up all night and can't sleep. I'll be the voice for everyone who can't speak. L.E. fell Kylie and now Sammy is free. AWP did a good deed, and y'all be talking all that shit while they just do it for free. 16 days for 35 minutes.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. Breaking news, but we already knew it was coming. Thank you, CKI. I appreciate you. It's a double header tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? First of all, I'm on a different setup right now. I'm back in the studio, but I reformatted my computer. Let me make sure I set up my audio right. How are we sounding? Can I get a mic check? Again, thank you, CKI. I appreciate you. What's up, Marlena? Marlena in the building. Can I get a mic check? Shout out. Make sure and if you want to get some of this right here, make sure you go down. I have all of the merch linked under every video for the last couple videos. And we got leggings, we got all different types of stuff. We got sports bras, leggings, t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, yoga mats, all different types of stuff. So make sure you check out the True Crime merch. If you're part of the Rev Gang family, make sure you send me a picture of yourself. If you've bought a shirt before, make sure you send me a picture, because I'm going to be putting a little collage together and putting it out there. But for people who, appreciate the channel, right? Yeah, I got tons of that, Mimi. And shout out to everybody. First of all, I want to say shout out to everybody who's in chat right now. Shani, Delana, Angelic. I got Angelic Darkness in the building, Far Day in the building, Danielle, Mouthy Mama, Loaded Hot, Mar R. She's like, you're not gonna go live. I told you in JLR's chat I was going live again. You got me messing. Who do you think you messing with? I told you I'm in my bag. 6 days straight we went live. I took my Sunday off, spent it with my wifey, and now we're back again. It's the week. We gotta grind. But anyways. So Bill Thompson files notice of his intent to seek the death penalty, right? So let's get to it. Let's check out the paperwork and everything that we got going on, right? And here we go. Let me pull this up real quick, right? I'm going to add this to the stream like this. Let's check out that paperwork front and center. Excuse me, by the way. So we got, boom. Why do I gotta drag it from this way, huh? All right. I'll make this bigger. Let me see how we're looking on the screen, because I'm on, like I said, I'm on a whole different setup right now. Boom. Make it full screen on you. Let me take away this overlay too, so you can actually see the full the paper too, if the fullest. Aprons. Yeah, there's aprons on there, Mar. You got V-necks, that gift bag at the top too. Yeah, there's a lot of shit on there. Here for the breaking news. Yeah, the breaking news. Everybody was going hard over, the defense coming out with these terms, and everybody's, DNA, this, that, and the third, just to say, you know what? We are going for the death penalty. So it says here. Let me make sure I got the paper number 2 ready, which I thought I just saved it from the site. I just want to make sure we're good before we, get moving on the paperwork, which is really not that many pages. But shout out, what's everybody doing tonight? I wasn't even going to come back on, but you know what? I was like, we just got to do it. We just got to go back live again. Who knows? I might be live for another 3 hours. You just never know. Okay, so I do got document 2. Why is document 2 not showing up for me? Okay, I got it right here. We got document 2 right here. Okay, so ready? So it says, come now. First of all, state of Idaho. Let's start from the top. I don't want to, get too far ahead, but obviously Latah County in the District Court of the 2nd Judicial District of the state of Idaho in and for the county of Latah. It says comes now the state of Idaho by and through the Latah County prosecuting attorney, and hereby gives notice to the court, the defendant, and his counsel pursuant to Idaho Code. What was that? S18 400 or 4004A. that as of this point in time and based on the information known to the state to date, the following statutory aggravating circumstances pursuant to Idaho Code S19-25-15-9 that says appear to exist in this case as to the crimes of murder in the first degree as charged in counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the indictment. Herein, let's see, Idaho Code 19, all this code shit. At the time of the murder, or at the time the murder was committed, the defendant also committed another murder, and or second, Idaho Code, you can see that on your page, but the murder was especially heinous. Yeah, it was heinous, articulous, and cruel, manifesting exceptional deprivatory, whatever the hell that word is. I can, I'm hooked on phonics. My bad. Let me pull up this one though. So it says code 3. Let me make this one bigger too while we're at it. So code 3, Idaho Code, by the murder or circumstances surrounding this commission and the defendant exhibited utter disregard for human and or human life. Definitely Bryan Kohberger. Just, there's no human regard for life. They're like, people are putting the argument out there. Well, Bryan Kohberger, there's not enough evidence. There's not enough this. There's not enough that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to break it to you, but how the hell do you know what they have? Nobody even knows the case that's built against them. Not even the defense. As of right now, they're saying not even the defense really knows the case that they're fighting against. You know what I mean? So people are making assumptions. I make speculations, and I guarantee I was wrong on a lot of my speculations, but people want to make all these different speculations, and it's like, do we really know their case? Do we know what they have? Do we know what they're going to hit Bryan Kohberger with? Because all we know right now, they have a smoking gun, and that's why they're going for the death penalty. But I could be wrong on speculating on that end, and they're, like I said, I felt like with the last statement of the defense, they're just throwing the kitchen sink at everybody. That's what I feel like. I personally feel that way. I feel like they're throwing the kitchen sink, like they said in their own document, which I'm going to finish reading this here in 1 second. Hold on, let me switch my display around. Which they said in their own document, throwing the kitchen sink. I think they're throwing the kitchen sink because they don't have many routes to go, but that's just my personal opinion. We all have opinions, right? I feel like they're throwing the kitchen sink. I don't know. I feel like they don't know what they're talking about. Why is the computer doing this weird shit? All right, there we go. So again, let's go over Idaho Code. Let me slim this down a little bit. Idaho Code, by the murder or circumstances surrounding its commission, the defendant exhibited utter disregard for human life, or Idaho Code, the murder, listen to me. The murder was committed in, and I don't know why this is so blurry too. The murder was committed in the preparation of or attempt to perpetrate arson, rape, robbery, burglary, kidnapping, or mayhem, and the defendant killed intending a killing or acted with reckless indifference to human life. This document's blurry as hell to me. Idaho Code, the defendant by his conduct, whether such document was before, during, or after the commission of the murder at hand, has exhibited a propensity to commit murder, which will probably constitute a continuing threat to society. The state gives this notice based on the fact that it is not identified or been provided with the mitigating, what are we missing? Any mitigating circumstances sufficient to prohibit. It's hard to read this. My bad, guys. It's hard to read this shit. Like, my eyes are blurred. I need to make this shit a little bit bigger. Any mitigating circumstances sufficient to prohibit the TREVs? What? What the hell does that say? The triers of fact from considering all penalties authorized by the Idaho legislature, including the possibility of capital sentence. Consequently, considering all evidence currently known to the state is compelled to file this notice of intent to seek the death penalty. The state will continue to review additional information as it's received and reserves its statutory right to amend or withdraw this notice. What is this word though right here? Triers? Prohibit the triers? Or are my eyes blurred? Triers. I swear that says triers. Anyways, now that we're over that treacherous hooked on phonics reading part, I want to get to some phone calls. I want to hear from you guys. Why am I stuck on this one screen right now? I feel like I'm stuck on one screen right now. What the hell is going on? All right, let me fix this crap. I'm stuck on one screen. Oh, that's why. It's got me up there. That's crazy. Okay, now we should be good. There we go. I can drag it over here. Damn, I'm stuck on one screen. I'm ass backwards right now. Can't type. I can't. You can't type. I can't read right now. I'm hooked on phonics. Somebody send me a book. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's get to the phone call. Somebody call in 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts on these documents coming out right now? Let's get back to it. Boom. I had to take the damn glasses off just to see the rest of that. Let me read some of the comments that's going on in here too. Let's see. So curious, Pat Gordon. Okay, thank you, mods. Chat went by fast too. Get y'all's name. I appreciate you and what you do. So, I mean, they're going for the death penalty. Now, we did get that like 3 hours into the live earlier. So when we went live earlier, they were literally, or that sources started talking about this. So I don't know where they got that from or how anybody even knew that. But does anybody have any idea who got whiff of that and put it out into the air that they were filing for the death penalty? Can anybody tell me that? That's what I'm curious about. I'm curious about how the hell they got the information. We were on a live talking about the wildest shit, right? And literally, all of a sudden, I look on Twitter. That take 2 seconds. I go to Twitter, and all of a sudden, I see multiple people talking about Bill Thompson going for the death penalty on the Idaho 4 case. I was like, what the hell? Right off the rip. But anyways, the lines are open while I'm talking. If you want to cut me off, call in. 219-885-9693. You guys know what's up. Timer, I got it set up. What do I want to put it on? 6 minutes. 6 minutes. There we go. 6 minutes and flat out 6 minutes. (916), you're in the mix. What's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to contribute this. So the reason, if you, in that document, what it says is the prosecutor is saying because the defense has provided them with zero evidence that he is not responsible for this crime, they are therefore compelled with the evidence that they have, the prosecution has, to go for the death penalty because what they have meets the standards of A, B, C, D for the death penalty in Idaho. The defense has provided nothing, which means nothing. They haven't provided anything to mitigate or to say, to show them that he's not the guy. That's all I wanted to say. That's what that means.
Right.
They haven't given him anything. They don't have anything. That's what that tells me.
Man, you know, we're talking about this now, and my lights just shut off. That's funny.
It's creepy. It's scary.
Yeah, it is.
Could be a ghost.
Like, why all of a sudden now? I've been sitting here with the lights on, setting up for the last minute. I was sitting in here on a live, and all of a sudden my lights just start turning off. Weird.
Probably because, like, everybody's like, that's right. They don't have anything. I mean, I don't know. People probably get pissed off at me.
Mark Willis, thank you. Gold Dust, I appreciate you. Flutter One, I see Art.
Yeah, they don't. And so when the defense came out with that document that that we are actually, that this is our rebuttal, and that's what they were saying, is that they came out with it on Friday. So prosecution didn't have an opportunity to respond. Really, they probably wrote this response up Monday, and they presented it today, and then they went on a calendar for tomorrow, I think at 1:30. But what they put out there really wasn't factual. Those aren't facts. What they were giving us, those are that's their interpretation, I guess, is one way to put it. So the prosecution's coming out and saying, listen, you haven't given us anything. We are going to seek the death penalty because we have the evidence to do so, and it meets A, B, C, and D to file for the death penalty. I won't take all your time. I'll let somebody else call in. That's what I wanted to contribute.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I see everybody busting off in chat. Like, I wasn't expecting it to come out like so quick. So I was like, screw it, though. I'm going to come on anyways.
I'm so glad you did.
As soon as I seen the documents drop, I'm like, you know what? I was at Dollar General grabbing some shit. And the next thing you know, I seen the documents drop. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going on tonight. I don't know how long. I want to hear from everybody, though. I want to hear what everybody's thoughts are.
Absolutely. I'll get off so they can do that. Thanks so much, T-REV.
Thank you. This is West End, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Shout out to you, West End. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
God bless. Later.
Bye.
Hold up. Tell me if you guys can hear this. Tell me if you guys can hear this. Or am I tripping? Hold on, I'll fix it. Okay, there you go. Like that. All right, you should be able to hear it. Yeah, I like this timer better too. It's full screen. You can see the timer right in your face. You ain't gotta wait. 785, you're live. What's going on?
Hey, T-REV, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. How about yourself?
I'm great. This is Jen from Kansas.
Jen, what's going on? Talk to us now. What's your thoughts? Death penalty they shoot?
I'm a little confused, actually. I wanted to ask you a few questions because when you were on early, it's a treat to have you on twice in one day.
Thank you.
But earlier when I had to go to town to get groceries and stuff, and I was listening in my pickup, and I don't exactly know what happened this morning about DNA and all that. So did they say there was no DNA?
No.
Is that what they were saying?
They were no. They weren't saying there was no DNA. They were saying there was other unknown profiles.
Okay, I was confused.
Yeah, that's how they were putting it. They were putting like there's other unknown profiles, and
well, they're just grasping at straws at this point. But we expected that. Absolutely. They got to try to save their client, regardless.
Absolutely.
So I love it that they put that announcement of going after the death penalty so fast. That was quick. I didn't expect it today.
Yeah, I didn't expect it today. They said within the next 24 hours, but it came out pretty quick. Yes,
it did. I just happened to check the TV. I was listening to something else. I watched 48 Hours, all those shows. My mom and I used to watch all that stuff, but unfortunately she passed earlier this year, so I'm on my own watching it. Yeah, I do too, but so is life. Anyway.
It's still sad, though. I'm sorry to hear that. My heart's with you.
It is sad. Thank you. Yeah, so you feel like when both your parents are gone, you feel like you're an orphan. I don't know how to explain it. However, I don't want to stay on here too long. I just wanted to find out what the big to-do was this morning because I heard about some DNA stuff, and then I had to do some stuff here at home, and then I happened to be listening to 48 Hours or something on YouTube, and I thought, I'm gonna look up Bryan Kohlberger to see if anything's new going on, and holy shit, there you were. You're on like 18 seconds, and I was like, all right, I actually got to see you before I was notified. So I think you do a great job. I love you. I love a lot of the ladies, and Donna, happy birthday. Still her birthday, correct?
Yes, happy birthday to Donna. Yeah. It is her birthday.
That's right.
Absolutely.
She was 59, I think is what she said.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Good listening, too.
Yeah. Good memory. But anyway, I will let you go because I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of things to say. I just wanted to clarify what this morning was about. But again, now that I know, I think they're just grasping at straws because I expected more than one male's DNA in that house with all the people that they have in that house. So I think the death penalty going after that is really going to motivate the prosecution. So I will let you go. You have a good afternoon and enjoy speaking with everybody. And I'll talk to you soon when something else happens.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless you. And I hope you have a beautiful day.
You too. Thanks, T-REV. Bye-bye.
Shout out to her. 219-885-9693. What's your call? Yeah. So they, locked in that death penalty. Let's see if it all goes through, though. See how it plays out. 260, you're on the show. What's going on?
Hey, T-REV. This is Dark Horse.
What's up, Dark?
I'm a little upset right now because I have twice been placed in timeout for speaking my mind, just saying that I feel like the prosecution is playing mean girl high school games. I don't know what your mods are doing, but every time I say this, they place me in timeout, and I don't feel like that's fair.
So all you said was what?
I feel like the prosecution is playing mean girl high school games.
Oh.
That's literally all I said. And your moderators have
you shouldn't get timed out for that. Whoever's doing
then
that,
you need to talk. You need to talk to your moderators because it's been twice now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know why you're getting timed out for saying that.
No, and I've been a listener of you. My name is Dark Horse. You know who I am.
Dark Horse, you've been here since Kylie Rodney.
Yes.
Yes.
And this it's not right. Like I'm not saying anything bad. I'm simply stating my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why you're being placed in timeout for that, but whoever's doing that, please cut that. I mean, if that's all you're saying, if what you just said is all you're saying, I mean, that's your opinion, right?
That literally is all I have said. Is I feel like the prosecution is playing mean girl high school games. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's your opinion, and I respect it too. I wouldn't time you out for that. So if I wouldn't time you out for that, they shouldn't. So hopefully I'm sure they hear me right now because we're live.
You know my situation. I don't call in ever because I just sort of sit in the bushes and I just mind my own business and I do my thing. And my situation is different than a lot of people could ever understand. But I'm just saying, I actually commented, and this is how I'm treated by your mods, and so like it's not right, and I don't. It's not fair because I didn't say anything bad. I just said my opinion.
Yeah, people shouldn't be getting timed out for their opinions. That's crazy as hell. And if I find a mod doing that, I'm about to strip that shit because that's goofy, especially if it ain't disrespectful. Like if you're just saying your opinion, you shouldn't be timed out. So I don't know what's going on with that, but please curb that.
Trev, all I said was literally, I feel like this is prosecution mean girl games because it's a back and forth between the prosecution and the defense.
I don't find nothing wrong with that.
Right, and it's a back and forth between the prosecution and the defense, and it's disgusting, really, and it sort of degrades the whole process that we have as far as, and I've been through this process. You know my story. Like I've been through this process.
Yeah, no, I know Dark Horse. We've talked before.
Yeah, it degrades the process, and in the purest of minds, it makes somebody feel like when you watch this sort of banter go back and forth, it just sort of takes away from the actual process of our criminal justice system, and it's not fair. And mind you, I think that the defense they have their right to do the things that they're doing, and so does the prosecution. But on the flip side of this, to put it all out in public, which we do have a right to see, their banter back and forth, like some sort of like weird Mean Girls club in high school, it's gross, kind of, in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a better way to handle the situation, and give the public a more pure way of looking at the entire situation, where it's like I feel like they're feeding bad blood to, I don't want to say the world, but just, you know, they know what they're doing, and it's all bad. It's just all bad. Like, they just need to be professional, and they need to handle themselves in a different light, and not bring a sort of darker light to the whole process. Like, this back and forth crap is just, it's so gross. It's just so gross. Like, just, can we see, you know, the evidence for what it is, and not have people play games? You know, like that's all, like I said, it feels like a bad girls or mean girls game in high school. Like, all right, well, you're going to release this, and so I'm going to release that, and I'm going to say this, and then the other side says that. It's like, come on. Right? I mean, my dad's a federal judge. This is so disgusting to me. You know, my sister's an attorney. I have never seen anything like this before.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird to me to see this sort of banter in the public eye, and it's like one side says, I don't want to, you know, muddy the waters for the jury.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but that's all that they're doing, both of them. That really is all that they're doing. Both of them are playing the same game, and it's just gross. It's just gross. And whether you know, Kohlberger is innocent or whether he is guilty, that's not up to us. I mean, it is completely within our rights to sit here and banter back and forth and allege and speculate and sort of try to figure it all out, you know, in our own minds, because that's what humans do. They want to figure it out in their own minds, you know. But on the flip side of it, they're like, don't muddy the jurors' water, but they're doing it themselves. It's so weird to me. I don't know. Anyway, I love what you do. I have been here forever. I sit in the bushes, my friend. I love you. I love what you do. I don't feel like it was right to place me in timeout for just.
Yeah, for saying that, I agree with you, and don't worry about it. I'm gonna find out who did that and figure out.
I don't know how the whole back part of this works, so I don't know if you can figure out who did it or what. But
yeah, easily, you know, easily.
All right. Well. No harm taken. I'm just saying I didn't think it was right.
I don't think that's right either. Not for giving your opinion. That's crazy.
Right.
So I hope nobody's out there rogue modding like that's. I hope that's not really going on like that.
No rogue mods. No rogue mods.
No, I mean, like, people should be open to their opinions, but the only thing I don't accept is a disrespectful bullshit. Now, saying your opinion and what you think is not being disrespectful. If you're saying you're talking about the damn case, you're saying, you know what I mean? It's like a high school fight, whatever you said. I didn't find that offensive, and
for the most part, that's exactly what I said.
It's not like you're in here victim blaming or doing some shit like that. So, I mean. Yeah, I don't.
But T-REV, can I just say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Say one more thing before you get on.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I am so proud of you. I watch from the bushes, and you know why, but I watch from the bushes, and I am so proud of you.
I appreciate you, Dark Horse. You've been around since I pretty much started my journey on YouTube with true crime.
Yeah, I mean, kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you came in definitely like within the first month. I'll tell you that much.
I would say, yeah. I mean, with I want to say Kylie.
Kylie Rodney, 100%.
Yep.
100%.
But listen, I'm so proud of you, and I love watching your channel grow, and I love watching you grow as a man and a family man, and you know, a pet lover, and all that kind of good stuff. I love watching you. Even if I don't chat, I'm in the bushes and I'm watching you, and I'm so proud of you. Proud of you.
Thank you, Dark Horse. I appreciate you. God bless you.
You are so welcome.
And thank you for calling in. Right. I'm sorry about what happened in chat, but I'll make sure that don't happen again.
No, it's all good. I got upset for a minute. I was just like, what? So, all right. I love you. I love everybody in the chat. I'm just so proud of you. You're doing so good, and you stand for everything that is right, I think. And so
thank you, Doc.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God
too.
bless your family. Hi,
Thank
Sosa.
He is so. He's running around being a
All
minute.
right.
All right, Dark Horse.
All right. Honey.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Shout out to Dark Horse. 219-885-9693. I get why she's frustrated. Yeah, please don't be. I don't know who's throwing somebody out for having their opinion that just doesn't fit whatever your thought is or whatever. I don't know, but please don't be that way. Come on now. 832, what's going on? You're live.
Yo, T-REV, this Sonny from the H, my boy.
What's up, Sonny from the H, man? I catch you on the midday lives. What's going on, bro?
Bruh, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, if I was ever locked up, I would remember this number.
You crazy? 219.
I'm making a call to the show to tell y'all why I'm locked up for some bullshit, like, on God. But nevertheless, bro, like, finally, bro, no prosecutor is gonna seek the death penalty if they truly believe he ain't do it.
Talk to him.
Like, bro, if they truly believe he ain't do it, ain't no way the state is gonna fund this prosecution case. This shit just don't come out the air.
That's a fact.
Like, bro, like, if they accuse me of murdering those 4 beautiful souls, bro, like, let's say right now, bro, they did a deposition on me talking about, like, oh, were you in the vicinity of the scene? Let's say I lived in Idaho. Let's say I went to that university, right?
Yeah.
Let's say my DNA was one of those DNAs that they identified, right? That they had to pull. My DNA from the cigar that they had picked up, the cigarette.
Yeah. Yep. That was in the last paperwork. Yep.
Exactly. Let's say they pulled my shit because I'm anti-government or whatever, and I didn't want to admit my DNA to them. Just like if I got pulled over and a motherfucker gonna ask me, "Oh, where you coming from, bitch?" Bro, it's none of your business.
So my thing is though, is if they're doing that and they're staking someone out and getting their DNA, does that mean they resisted giving it up the first time?
I think so.
That shit makes me think about that. You know, when I hear that, it makes me think about, well, they must have came to you and you said no, and they just said, F it, I'm gonna go here and get this DNA. I'm gonna get a judge to say, hey, I need to get this person's DNA. They're a suspect in this murder.
Yeah, but bro, you got to understand though, like when you go to jail, you got to give your fingerprints, right?
Facts. Yeah. Now your DNA too, no matter what. If it's a misdemeanor or not, they take your DNA now in certain states.
Yeah, bro. And nobody wants to be in the system, bro. Nobody wants to be in the system. Like, I mean, many uneducated people are like, oh, okay, bro, like, I'm going to give it all up. Like, here, bro, here's my fingerprints. Here's whatever you need. Exclude me from this situation. But let's say I'm driving, right? And I get pulled over and a crime had just happened from the vicinity that I'm coming from. And they're like, oh, where you coming from? And I say, oh, I'm coming from so-and-so county. And then boom, that's paperwork, right?
Right.
They have proof that I was in that county. Let's say a murder happened in that county, right? And then all of a sudden I'm being watched because I said I just came from X county. The guy whoever's DNA that wasn't like confiscated like immediately and had to be like derived from a cigar.
I don't know, man. Now you got me thinking about this. You got me stuck on a whole different part of that, because now I'm thinking, damn, did they have to get this a warrant to get this dude's DNA, or did they sneak to get it, or what made them get his DNA? I don't know. It just makes me think about stuff like that. Especially and we'll hear the whole story later on about people after it's all said and done, we will hear the truth of what they have, at least, even if there's no admission or nothing like that. We will get to the truth. I feel like we will get close to the truth. It may not be a truth that everybody wants, but it'll be, we'll hear about the way that they investigated this case. They'll talk to the people who worked this case, and they'll tell their story, and it's going to happen at some point, but it's going to be when this trial's over with.
Exactly, bro. There's going to be documentaries coming out like crazy, bro, because like
they already got me going to Netflix for a sleuthing documentary.
Bro, bro, you think that's your only dog? Like, that ain't gonna be only it.
I know.
You're gonna this situation, the way that you're covering it is gonna be not only entitled to a Netflix documentary, it may be on Peacock, HBO type shit. Like, you know what I mean? These conversations that we're having, if we stick to the facts and we speculate on facts, on written documents, that's how it should be. None of this cartel bullshit or fucking, Bethany was part of it. She had matched him on 10. Bitch, where's the proof, bro? Their best friends was on Dateline, and they said, bro, like, we never knew about this Bryan Kohberger dude. If I go to Tinder right now and I'm like serious about a girl or whatever, bro, I'm telling my best friend, like, hey, yeah, Stephanie, yeah, she came over last night and that pussy was good, bro.
My man is going ahead today. Sonny in the building. Shout out to you, Sonny. I appreciate you calling in, brother. I appreciate you calling. It's been 6. I'm gonna get some other people in the mix. I know they want to speak.
Oh God, bro.
I appreciate you, Sonny. If you think of anything else, call back, brother. You're more than welcome to call back as many times as you want. And I appreciate you, participating and calling and speaking your mind live. And you've called. I know you called in more than 4 times, and I want to salute you for that, because a lot of people are very nervous. They don't have the heart to call up, and that's not no shots at anybody in chat. And I get the nerves. As somebody who has panic attacks and anxiety, etc., I get the nerves, so you ain't got to explain yourself. But I salute you for having the balls to call up and state what you feel, brother. Shout out to Sonny, man.
Hey, thank you, T-REV. And I'm going to just tell you this one last thing. Detective John is a real one. He knows the facts.
Detective John has been screaming from the rooftops, man.
Bro, and you know the facts, most importantly. So let's keep running with the facts and speculate on the facts.
I'm with you. Get it. I'm with you. Hey, Sonny, I'm with you 100%. And I appreciate you speaking loud and clear, speaking with your chest. Salute to you, Sonny. Hopefully I hear from you again, brother. I missed the phone call.
Yes, sir, bro.
So you're more of a nighttime guy. I got you. Bet.
All right, my boy.
Salute, Sonny. Shout out to you, brother. Stay safe. Shout out to Sonny, man. Everybody tap it up for Sonny. 219-885-9693. Sonny's a nighttime guy, But shout out to Sonny. I noticed every time I go live at night, he calls in. Sonny, you can count on Sonny. Sonny ain't funny. 916, you're in the mix. What's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to shed a little bit of light on the search warrant for the DNA and what the potential issue is that they're having with the familial match.
Bring it.
So, okay, I'm going to
bring it.
I'm going to tell you my opinion. So initially, okay, in order to get the search warrant, because Bryan's DNA was not in the system. There's no reason there was no reason for his DNA to be in the system. So in order to get the search warrant for his parents' house, in order to get the search warrant for his home, for Bryan's own person, they needed something. They didn't have enough. So they had the DNA on the sheath. They could not match it. They didn't have anything in the system. I guarantee you, they have the lab on standby. They got the DNA from the father, from the trash. sent it in, and as soon as they got that, they had their match and they had probable cause for the search warrant. And then when they did the search warrant, they got all the evidence that they needed, in my opinion, to make a very solid case, and then probably put other stuff together. However, the prosecution has taken issue with how they got the familial DNA, because there's some portion of that we don't understand, or at least that I don't, that is not legal within the Idaho state law. So that is, does that make sense to you?
I mean, yeah.
Does that make sense to you? Okay, tell me why.
I want you to tell me why. Keep breaking it down. We want to hear you.
Okay, I mean,
I want to hear from West End girl.
Further?
When she West End girl or West End girl, I called you. I want to hear from West End. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
But I'm telling you my thoughts. What do you want me to break down further?
I want you. I mean, like, what are your, honestly, when it comes to this case, right? When it comes to this case, what are your deepest like fears when it comes to getting justice for Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan? What are your deepest fears? And that's a question I like to ask everybody.
Well, I mean, I think that the only thing that they're going to have is that they're going to have problems with the way that the prosecution initially got his DNA, and they got it with the familial match. And the way that they got that was through either 23andMe or some kind of, online thing. And that may not be usable evidence for their state law. I don't know what that state law is. So that's why they're talking about not using that DNA evidence. My hope is that after they did the search warrant, and if that's the case, and they only have the search warrant based on that evidence, then possibly they could say it's all fruit from the poisonous tree or whatever. They got all that information from a search warrant that they should not have been granted because it wasn't grounded on the correct terms, on Idaho state laws, if that makes sense to you. So hopefully they got enough evidence outside of what they found in the search warrant to convict him. That's probably my biggest fear. Right. Doesn't sound like you agree with me, but that's okay.
No, I'm not. I don't got to agree with you. I just like hearing other people's opinions, even if it's not my opinion. You know what I mean? We've been listening to people's opinions for a while.
Yeah,
right. So many.
Yeah.
You know how many opinions I've heard? If you go back and listen to all the lives that we did, where we had thousands and thousands. I mean, we 70,000 views, 80,000, 90. I'm talking 3K to 4K. People sitting in the live calling. I've heard so many opinions I respectfully disagree with, but I sit and listen because I appreciate hearing it. I appreciate hearing all sides. I do. I appreciate hearing from everyone that wants to speak, and that's what I like to give my channel to, is the people that want to speak. That's what I mostly do.
Yeah, and I think my other fear is that I hope, because a lot of times in small town police can be not on the up and up, and that's just fact. I come from a small town originally, so that's been in my experience at least. So my hope is that they did not do anything to dirty this case in such a way that it cannot be prosecuted. That would be one of my, but I do believe that Bryan allegedly did this, and I do believe that he allegedly did this likely by himself. So that's my opinion.
And I appreciate you sharing it. How you be, too? Okay. Jeff says, "What's up, Jeff? I'm good. I'm just talking to West End on the line."
Oh my gosh! Hey. All right. Well, I'll let you go.
West End, I appreciate you. If you think anything else, call back.
Will do. Thank you.
Everybody's getting 6 minutes over and over again.
I know.
I don't care.
I'm good, though. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to cover the DNA, what I think was the deal with that.
And I appreciate you. God bless, West End.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bro. Shout out to West End for calling, and I appreciate it. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. If you get locked up, you'll remember this number. Like Sonny said. Sonny's wild. Sonny said, if I get locked up, I'll remember this number. My man Sonny's wild. Make sure you call in, though. Let's hear phone number, top of the screen. Okay, here we go. 847, sent from heaven. What's going on? You're live. I can't hear you. You sound like you're underwater. Maybe like something like that.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yep, it's getting better for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to call on your earlier show because I was working, but I'm glad you came on again.
Yes, sir. I can hear you perfectly fine right now.
All right. Well, I'm glad they finally gave this guy the death penalty, or at least they're going for it. And I have a theory regarding why Koberger left Dylan. I think when he had his interaction with Ethan and Zana on the first floor, I think they might have cut him or whatever, and he was afraid he was going to lose, blood somewhere if he got in a scuffle with someone who was already waiting for him, kind of like he already did with Zana and Ethan. Mm-hmm. And he left because he didn't want to leave any more of his DNA around than he might have already, and he wanted to get the bleep out of there, out of the house. And he might have even heard her or saw her, but he just needed to leave. And that's what I think, why he left and why he might have left her alive, even knowing she was in the house and she was awake.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was just something I was just thinking of because he seems like someone who's conscious of that, mm-hmm. like the way he cleans up his apartment. I don't know if it's true. I heard rumors that they couldn't even find his DNA in his own office, in his campus office on WSU, which is odd because why wouldn't your DNA be able to be found unless you went that out of your way to clean up behind yourself? And so I think he was very conscious of his DNA that he was leaving, and that's why he left. But,
it's just weird, you would think somebody that is, going to school for what he went to school for and, where he was at, like, I don't know, like, to be honest with you, I'm convinced that it's him, allegedly. Mm-hmm. I really do believe that. I mean, mm-hmm. and I respect every person who really thinks that he's not and speaks on it in their manner, in the way that they speak on it, but I don't know. To be honest with you, I think they got the right guy. I think they got the right guy, but the things that I think about are just like I always say it, that Dylan coming face to face with him, and I know he had a mask on, but and I also think about those cameras. The cameras I feel like are going to be key, and I called this out from day one back on my first couple panels that I did talking about the Idaho 4. I feel like the cameras are going to be significant in this case. The camera footage, cameras never lie, really. they don't lie. So if I feel like they got something on those cameras. They can't, because you got the two houses that are blurred out. We know they got video footage from one, or a rain cam at the minimum, and then we know that they blurred out the house across the street. Did they blur it out for privacy, or did they blur it out because they got camera footage from there? That's the things that I think about. And for them to come out bold and go for the death penalty case, they feel like they have enough. That's what that speaks to me. If you go for the death penalty, you feel like you have enough, even though you might not, even though it might not go through. Just because they go for the death penalty doesn't mean they're going to get the death penalty.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you were, like, I know you were going over the documents that the defense dropped the last couple days, which they dropped on Friday, mm-hmm. and you were going over some of that. I was listening to other shows as well as yours, and nobody seems to bring up that the defense could be lying on what they have received or on what their interpretation of it is. But every time the prosecution releases something or the police release something, everybody thinks they're lying. But they never think the defense is lying. They say the defense is 100% truthful on everything that they say. And I was like, why? Why can't we put both of them up to the same scrutiny? If you think the police and the prosecution are possibly lying or misstating stuff, the defense could be doing the same thing. And why do you think one is doing it but the other one isn't?
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. The things that they put into those last documents just kind of blew my mind a little bit. Yeah. The way they put it. And what do you know? Right at, they did it on Friday. of course, courthouse shut down, etc. Next thing you know, they fire back today. We're going for the death penalty. Well, they're basically saying, they're basically trying to speak from out this gag order. It's like somebody, speaking, giving you a signal. We're going for the death penalty. That means they feel like they have enough in their bag to go ahead and lock this case in. That's what they
I hope they do. I hope they do. Because I think he's the guy, and if he is the guy, and they're that confident to go for the death penalty, they should have something more than what we know on this guy. And I hope it sticks, and I hope he gets what's coming to him. I hope he gets, if he's guilty, if he's the guilty party, I hope he gets, punished as far as the law can take it.
Yeah, I'm hoping for. I hope they got it too, but they're just it feels like they're speaking very cocky to me when they come out and say, we're going for the death penalty. It's like, okay, all right, now, okay, you guys got something that we ain't seen yet. You definitely do. So,
yeah, and I don't know about you, but somebody else was going over part of how they track down the DNA through those services, those online services. And they said at some point the law enforcement, not in this case, but they were going over other procedures, where they ended up contacting someone closer than the people that were in those DNA sites, just so they could get another closer branch of DNA. And they asked them if they could submit something, or if they could look at theirs if they have an account. And because that the FBI and the law enforcement felt like they were trying to protect someone, do you think that they possibly got somebody closer to Koberger, like possibly a sister or something?
They said, you know what? They said that on Dateline about, they brought up something about the sister on Dateline, and for some reason, we're going to find out, right? But, Dateline, I've been watching for years and keeping up with and following the cases. After I watch it, I get sucked into these cases that Dateline covers, and then I check into these cases afterward, and I've really never seen them be off. I've never really seen them be off, so it would blow my mind. I appreciate you calling in. It's been 6 minutes. I'm gonna get somebody else on. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Chicago, actually. Niles, Illinois, actually.
Well, shout out to you. I appreciate you calling in and sharing and having a voice in the community, sharing your voice in the community, and lock your doors, stay safe, and hopefully I hear from you again. What's your name?
Thank you, John.
John, thank you. I appreciate it. I know. John, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in and like I said, being a voice in the community. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
God bless. Shout out to John. Not Detective John. 219-885-9693. We want to hear from you. What's going on? The new documents have dropped. They came out. Email from Cali. Very interesting indeed. Check it out. 740. You're on the show. What's going on?
Hey. First time I've called.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm hanging in there. How about yourself?
I'm good. Hey, I've been listening to you since probably November. And I think your show's amazing.
Thank you.
And I just think that there's just too much evidence out there, and if there wasn't enough evidence, they wouldn't have that death penalty.
Oh, wow. We just lost her. We lost her. I feel bad because she was a first-time caller, right? No way we just lost her like that. Let me see.
Please leave your message for...
Nah, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. Damn, the phones are going crazy right now. That's what I like to see. Cut it down to 5 minutes. Lines are going crazy.
Hello, I lost you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. That's why I called you back. I wanted you to be able to get what you were saying, though. Go ahead. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, like they say, the DNA don't lie. And I think that it would be awful if we didn't get the justice and the parents didn't get what, they lost their family. They lost their babies. I can't imagine what they're going through. But, yeah, it is. It is. But he's so smart that he's sitting back there playing games, and he already knows what his defense is going to be because he's plotted it all along.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if he does get the death penalty, this is terrible, but I think each parent should get his K-bar knife and do the same thing to him one at a time.
Yeah, that's
not. I don't know. I just feel like, that they didn't deserve what they got, and
absolutely not.
Justice will be served.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Not. They definitely did not deserve what they got. I mean, nobody deserves to be, besides a few people that I can think of when it comes to law breaking and I won't even jump into it. But if you touch, I will jump into it. You know what? If you touch kids and do all that sick, nasty shit, I do feel like you don't belong in this earth. There's nothing that can fix a sick mind of a predator like that. You know what I mean? But stuff like that, and then killing this. You pick 4 people you really don't even know, allegedly, and I'm putting it out there. Allegedly, I mean, you pick. It doesn't matter. This happens all over, and I'm not even just talking specifically about this case. I'm talking about true crime in general. How somebody can draw themselves to go and rip another life out of this earth because they have
can't have them.
That rage, they should be put down. In my wholehearted opinion, I mean, I know some people will disagree, but I'm just speaking from my point of view.
My point of view too. So, I mean, I don't like to see anybody put to death, but the way that these kids were slaughtered, he should be slaughtered the same way.
It makes me sick thinking about the way that they were slaughtered, and I mean that's the right word because that's what happened.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Yeah, and the DNA don't lie, and there's no other suspects, and they wouldn't be putting this on the table if they didn't have it. And the defense, I think they're playing dirty, and it just scares the crap out of me that she's going to get him some loophole to get him out, and then then she's going to be the one. I don't know. I'd be scared to death representing him.
I mean, I wouldn't say absolutely because people will eat this case up pro bono. Top lawyers will eat this up pro bono just to build a name. But
that's sick. I mean, he should not be on the streets. Not be on the streets.
I don't know how the defense lawyers do it. I don't know how they go to defend, but I mean, it is what it is.
They have to, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's their job, but I just think they're working extra hard. I think he's doing all the work, and she's probably doing exactly what he says, because a lot of that verbiage sounds like him. He's been doing this for how many years? He's planned it. So he wants to see what cards the prosecution has so he can come up with his defense. That's bullcrap. He should be made to give his defense. If you don't have no alibi, not defense alibi. If you don't have an alibi, then I don't know. I just think that they're pushing too hard and playing too many games and they're not going to show their cards. Why would they? I don't think they should have to. That's my opinion.
I knew something was going to come of this. I mean, we do have court tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be live for that here. I will be covering it. It's at, I want to say, 3 my time. I have to look. I got it written down on my schedule in the room.
I'm in Ohio, so I think I'm on the same time as you.
It'll be like, I think it's 1:30 their time, 3:30 my time. I'll be live. I'll be fully covering it. We'll be getting live updates. And because I don't know if they are keeping cameras in the courtroom, but they're not going to be live in the courtroom. We'll have to wait for that footage afterwards, but we're definitely going to.
Well, I know you'll have it ready.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to.
I was watching you last time. You kept refreshing.
Oh yeah,
but I'll be watching you.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you calling up too. And
yes, and you do a great job, and you are an awesome creator. And happy birthday, Donna. And I just thank you and your team, Papa Sal and John. You guys are just great. All of you.
Yeah, that's my family. I wouldn't even call them team.
It is.
That's my family. These are people that are close to me, and we talk every day like family.
You know what? And you guys bounce so well off of each other, and you crack me up. I look forward to you every day.
I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate it. Thank you
for
being so nice. I appreciate it. I really do.
Right.
And God bless you, and thank you for being a voice in the community. Lock your doors. Stay safe. Stay vigilant, because like I always tell everybody, there's predators on the loose.
There is, for sure. Can't be too careful.
God bless you and
Thank
your
you,
family.
T-REV.
You're welcome,
Have
man.
a good day.
You too. Shout to her. 219-885-9693. What's your thought? We got that old Rev Gang spark back, baby. We got that feeling back in. I got that old feeling that I was feeling, You know what I mean, pal? I got that old feeling sparking throughout my body, 516, you're in the mix. What's going on in your life?
Yo, Sacred Teachings was good.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Chilling. You sound like Papa Sal.
This is Papa Sal, pal. What's your thoughts now? You know? Nah, seriously though. What? Yeah. You said it's sacred, right? I know your voice, sacred.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So let me give you a little breakdown. What's your thoughts on them with the defense? All right. So I mean, you're gonna have 6 minutes here. I want you to hold the floor down. What's your thoughts from the defense had dropped document wise Friday, and then now you have the prosecution firing back saying, you know, we're going for the death penalty. Like, I mean, I find that them saying subliminally to everybody, we got what we need.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, and I feel like that was like a flex. They came back at them, and I was there on that live, on that panel with Detective John, and I was listening. And when you guys were going over the documents, you guys went over it. It was pretty good. I agree. I feel like it was really just, they were just reaching. And one thing I want to bring up, which I feel like no one's really brought up at all, is Bryan's alibi. Where's his alibi? If he's innocent, where was he at? And I bring up the alibi because Regina the other day mentioned something about his car having a tracking system.
Mm-hmm.
So with that tracking system in the car, and you having an alibi, you're actually able to prove that alibi. And that if you have an alibi, that's actually like exonerary evidence. That's exonerary like news. Like, I mean, if you have an alibi and you could prove that, if I was Bryan Kohberger, I'll be bringing up my alibi. And to me, it screams guilty because he hasn't even brought up his alibi. Where are you at? If you weren't there, you should be able to prove where you're at, whether you're on your phone at home, whether you're on the computer. Whether you were sleeping, your phone should be pinging there at the location where you were staying. To me, it just screams guilty. And to me, it seems like they're just going to be playing games in the court.
Mm-hmm.
Defense.
Yeah, this shit's wild. Games in the court. That's exactly what's going on.
Because I feel like, because I mean, you know how they said Xana, they know the time of the murders and they know what time Xana got the DoorDash, and they also know the time Xana was using her phone, right?
Yep.
So with that evidence, you could actually prove Bryan's innocence if he says he wasn't there, he didn't do it, and he was actually doing something else at his home. We could prove his innocence with his alibi. But the thing is, he's not bringing up an alibi. He stands silent. He says he's guilty. He doesn't say he's guilty or not guilty himself. He lets the judge, say he's not guilty. It's just, what's the defense? Where's the defense? What proves that he didn't do this other than there being a random person's glove that they brought up? Mm-hmm. I don't see enough that the defense is doing, but it's early stages, so I can't say it's not even close to being over. It hasn't even started yet. So I'm open to hearing what the defense has to say, but from what I heard so far, it seems like a bit of a reach at the moment.
Yeah, they said that there was 2 unknown, or 3 unknown, basically DNA profiles. One was pulled off a cigarette. They were able to corroborate that one, I'm pretty sure, which makes me think it was Showalter that maybe they pulled off it. But that's just me speculating. That's here nor there. But they did, or actually, you know what? They said the white truck. They said the white truck. Now I'm recalling that on the document. They said the white truck specifically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was a
white truck you seen in the video.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it.
It's a terrible Papa Sal, terrible impression. You're tripping.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just it seems interesting though. Like I said, if I was Bryan Kohberger, I'd bring up my alibi. If I truly was innocent, you could bring up the alibi. You have cell phone records, you have vehicle records, you have the pings on your phone. That's exonerate. You could exonerate yourself. Like you could prove that you weren't there at the time of the murders that the prosecution's saying. I mean, that's a no-brainer, but he hasn't done that. That's the red flag. Why hasn't your alibi ever been brought up? But I guess we got to get to that. If not, if they never bring up the alibi, then you know what it is.
Now they're saying that BK was interrogated 2 times in Moscow and FBI. Don't you think an alibi is inconclusive? Where are the recordings of this occurrence? As one devised false said. 2 times?
Exactly.
Where'd you see that?
Exactly.
Did I miss something?
I want to see where the interrogation's at. You know, I want to see that. I want to read that.
For sure.
That's very important to me. Like seeing this interrogation. It's so weird how that's never. Usually I don't know. The case. I will agree. The case is odd. The way they just arrested him like that and just no really info about the interrogation, and it is very hush hush. Like it is odd how they're doing it, but I guess they just I don't know. The case is already in the media, so I don't get the gag order. I guess I don't know. It's just odd, but I still think there's no grand conspiracy here. But the way they're handling the case is a little odd.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely one of its kind, and right now in our century, I feel like. Besides the Murdaugh trial was wild, but I'm saying this trial is shaping up to be crazy. I mean, just from the start of when the murders happened, it was absolutely ripped through the internet, man. I've seen something like it. Gabby Petito also, Quentin Simon, but this one just, I don't know. This one really just had everybody come out the woodworks, man.
For sure, definitely, man. I think it's so movie-like. It's like a Scream, it's like a screenplay. Like this is like a Scream event. Like I don't know if you watched. I'm sure you watched Scream before, but that's what when I first heard about it, that's what reminded me of it, and that's what drew me to it because it was like, what the hell? Like somebody, I thought it was a copycat at first, like someone was trying to like replicate that, and then it just became a mystery. Like it just became, who was it? That's gonna grab everybody because it's like, who did it? Everyone wants to know who did it. Everyone had theories, But yeah, I think the case definitely is one of the biggest in recent times.
Absolutely. I appreciate you calling in, Sacred. God bless you, brother. Long time no hear, but I appreciate hearing from you again as usual. Shout out,
bro. I'm always in the cut. Bro. But yeah, I haven't been on in a minute. But yeah, I'm always in the cut.
No doubt, my boy. I appreciate you calling in and using your voice in the community as usual, just like when you got on panel. Appreciate you, man. You've been rocking with me for months now, man. Salute to you and God bless you. I hope you're doing good. God bless you and your family. Lock your doors. You know the drill. Stay safe, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Love, brother. You too, bro.
Thank you, man. Shout out to him. God bless. 219-885-9693. What's up? Yeah, a cigarette could be anywhere. Makes you think it was in blood somewhere for them to question. Nancy, there wasn't an interrogation. He had an attorney by the time he was back in Idaho. His attorney wouldn't allow an interrogation. 260, what's going on? You're live.
Hey, honey, it's Dark Horse. Can you have your mods unblock me or unhide me? Because honestly, I literally I've tried 12 times to just chat and I can't. I'm blocked.
I'll fix it. Let me see. Dark Horse.
I want you to get back to your show. I'm just so unnerved by the fact that I was blocked or hidden or whatever. But
somebody made a name called the Detective John Show. I see him blocked. That's funny. People make some crazy. People troll to the maximum. I see your name right now. I just unblocked you.
Thank you so much, honey.
You're welcome. You're unblocked. You're free to chat. You're good. I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to be a bug. I'm just saying I've been trying and trying and trying.
I fixed it.
And I can't.
I fixed it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna find out what. I'm gonna find out why that even happened. But thank you, Dark Horse. I appreciate you.
No problem, honey. You have a great night.
You too. God bless. Shout out to her. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. What's going on, chat? I mean, she must have been blocked from earlier. Somebody must have hit her for something. 724, you're in the door. What's going on?
Hey, I'm at
I'm an outsider here. And I want to say that I think the kid's guilty. But if I had to go on a jury today and convict him, I couldn't because I think he's guilty. You know, I don't know everything there is. You know, I can't give somebody the death penalty when I want to say, well, what if? It could have been this person. It could have been that person. But anyhow, I have a theory. And I don't think I've heard anybody say it. I was thinking maybe Bryan or whoever, because you guys know the timelines better than I do. Do you think that he could have killed the two girls upstairs earlier, maybe when Xana and Ethan were at the frat party or something, and he left, and then he has OCD? He probably realized, you know, oh my God, I lost the sheath. So maybe that 4 o'clock timeline or whatever, he came back to go get the sheath and ran into Xana and Ethan. And that's maybe when Dylan heard Xana say, oh, somebody's here. And then she heard her scruffling around. Maybe he had to, that's when he killed those two. And then Dylan or whoever hollered, you know, hey, cut it out up there. He freaked out because, you know, he got to get out of there. He couldn't get the sheath. And he came down and he left. He walked right past her. She scared him and he took off like a bat out of hell. That could be why he was driving his car. If they seen his car at 4 o'clock or whatever time that he was parking, trying to park erratically, he may have thought, I got to get that sheath. You know, I got to get it. And those Xana and Ethan may have come back from the party after they were killed. You know, I don't know the timelines, but he may have killed those two last, and that was the short. You know, everybody's saying, you know, it took a short period of time to kill 4 people. Maybe he killed only 2 from 4 o'clock, whatever, you know, time you guys say it was. That's what I say. Can't sound no worse than anybody else's theory. I mean, did anybody say that before?
No, that they were killed while Xana or why Ethan and Xana were still at a party. No,
Were they at a party? Did they know the time that
I
those
thought
two
they got
came
home
back?
first. I thought Xana and Ethan got home first, and then Maddie and Kaylee got home at 1:56, 1:54, somewhere around there, maybe.
Or maybe he killed them. Maybe he killed them, say, maybe around the time that they were trying to call Kaylee's ex or whatever. Maybe they got killed at that time, and he got out of there, but he ended up coming back and ended up killing the other 2. I mean, that's a possibility. Make more sense. You killed 2 people in 15 minutes, but they don't know the exact time the other 2.
I mean, we know that we know that Xana we know that Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogan were at the grub truck at, you know, what, 1-ish, somewhere in that frame, and then they got a ride. They called for a personal private ride or whatever, and they got a ride from there to the house, and I think they arrived back at the house between 1:46 and 1:56. So, and I'm pretty sure that Xana and Ethan were home before then. And if I'm wrong, chat, correct me. But I'm pretty sure that Xana and Ethan were home already.
Okay. I've been listening to your show now for weeks, and I just tried to put my 2 cents in. I think the kid's guilty. I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But we'll all find out, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
If that was me, and I would have lost my mind if I was innocent, I'd be screaming. Any one of us would have.
I would be in court flipping out. I'm sorry. If you came and got me from my parents on vacation and it's damn Christmas time and all this, New Year's, I'm a snap out. But everybody's different. You know, some people, I mean, I guess everybody's different, but I'd be flipping tables over and kicking shit. I'd be in a suit constantly because I'd be flipping out. If you're going to take my life, I'm going to take my own life before you can take my life. Because you're not about to get me on some bullshit. I would be flipping, I would be in that type of mind frame if something was pinned on me and it was truly pinned on me, I'd be going crazy. I'd flip out in the courtroom. They would have to duct tape my mouth fully That's just me, though. Everybody's different.
I agree. Most people would, you know, they'd be flipping out if they're innocent. I know I would. You know, if somebody barged in my house in the middle of the night, you know, the first thing, you know, what are you doing here? You know, what did I do? You know, I don't know what he said, you know, but any one of us would be tripping out, you know, what are you doing here? You know, I didn't do nothing, you know, I don't know. It'll be interesting, but I just thought of that theory, but you guys know the timelines better than I do. I didn't know, but it sounded good when I was thinking about it.
Well,
but
I appreciate you calling in and sharing, and I appreciate you listening, being a voice in the community. God bless you, man. Lock your doors and stay safe.
Same to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, man. Shout out to her. 219-885-9693, right? But let's get to this real quick. Let me stop all that. Give it up for yourself, too, by the way. Let me say this one thing. All right. So if I see people saying they can't get through, they try to call to get through. Well, email me a number to call back, whether you make an account on text app or whatever. Give me a number. I'll call you back. Send a callback number. If you're having trouble getting through, I will do callbacks. I see a lot of people calling right now. So do that. My email is on the screen right there below the timer right now. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. And yeah, we mentioning creators and this, that, and the third in here. No self-promotion. We stopping all that shit from all the drama going on. I don't gotta end that. 847, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, I online. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Oh, wow. I'm so excited I got through. Yay. I love your show. You're doing a phenomenal job. I do I've watched you literally since the beginning of this, and I always agree with you. I mean, and I love how you treat all your guests. So these are my points I want to make. I believe the documents that the defense put out are not true because there's no seal of perjury on his. It didn't come directly from Ann Taylor. It came from her co-counsel, and he does not have a seal on it of perjury. So that means as far as what information he knows of now. And I don't believe they went through 51 terabytes to know all the information. And I agree with you 100%. If they're coming out today saying death penalty, then 1,000% they have way more on him. And if they truly don't have anything on him, why hasn't Ann Taylor herself put out a dismissal to dismiss the whole case? Filed an order of dismissal, because that's what would happen. If they had no evidence in the car, no evidence here, no evidence there, then your client's innocent, and so put a file for dismissal. She hasn't done that, has she?
No, she hasn't.
So those are my points. I'll just keep it short and sweet, but I love you, and I love all your viewers, and thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. The kind words, you kept it straight to the point. Sweet.
Straight to the point. Let somebody else get their chance. I'm happy to have gotten mine.
God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Stay safe and make sure your doors are locked before you go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
I say that all the time, though. I'm about to put it on a shirt. Lock your doors.
Yeah, really, because I had a horrific home invasion. Now here I am talking. And unfortunately, I'd just gotten home from work at my fiance's house, and the door was unlocked because we were about to go to Target, and the guy walked right in. So as far as everybody out there who says, oh, why didn't you run out? Why didn't you? I ran into a closet because I didn't even believe it was real. So, yeah, with the roommates that were in there, they froze up. And, I mean, obviously, that's a lot of time. But, yeah, you just don't know how you're going to react. Now I know how I'll react because I planned it in my head. But then it was such a shocker. So, yeah, my guy got life sentence 3 times over. It was a horrific situation. But anyways, on a better night, I hope they do everything right and they get Bryan, because I believe he's guilty 1,000%. Not 100, but 1,000.
Well, I honestly think he is the guy. I do. I really do think he's the guy. Wholeheartedly, I believe that. I've said that, and after I said it, people bash me. Oh, well, you're convicting this guy. Well, no, I guess I'm just biased. Yeah, I guess I am biased, but it is what it is. I think it's him. His DNA's on his sheet.
Absolutely. And if you look up history on federal crimes, which you're very aware because you're smart and you've been in true crime for a very long time, Very few, like rare, that a defense could win a case when the FBI is involved, when all these communities are involved. They're not going to put their head out there and get things wrong. Now, on a technicality, can they get out? Of course, if there's just one little technicality. But otherwise, no, that guy is guilty. The guy is guilty 1,000. They have a lot more evidence.
Yeah.
And they were very bold and showed, oh, you want to put out fake documents? Well, here you go. We're going after the death penalty. There you go. Just like you said. They're speaking volume today.
They're speaking. I feel that too. And I felt like something was coming. I felt like something was brewing. But hey, thank you for calling in. God bless you, man.
God bless you.
Lock your doors and bless your family too. God bless your family, because you sound like a wonderful soul. So I mean,
thank you.
You're welcome, man. Thank you for calling in and sharing your voice with us. We appreciate you.
I love all you guys.
We love you back. I can't wait to hear from you again. Hopefully.
Thank you. I'll try.
It's okay. If you ever can't get through, right? If you email me the callback number you just called from, I will do it. I'll do callbacks. Just people mention it in chat, maybe tell a mod or something. I see the comments. So I mean, I see comments. Even when people think I don't see the comment, I see it.
Okay. Well, I'll try my best to get through, and I'll email you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless you. Goodbye.
God bless you. Back.
Get the fuck out of here! Wrong button. I didn't mean to hit that. That's disrespectful. That's called when you hit the wrong button and you tell somebody, I hit the wrong button. I hit the get the fuck out of here button instead of this one. I'm a dickhead. Shout out to her. What a sweet soul. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. I definitely did not mean to hit that button. It is what it is. I hope you got a laugh out of it. 412, what's going on? You're live. Pittsburgh in the building.
Hey, it's Alea.
What's going on, girl?
What's going on? I wasn't going to call, right? Because you know me, I need her. But I have to say this. I love the duke out, like between the defense and the prosecution. Like I'm not saying that I'm not appreciating the families and caring for them. But when it comes to court cases, I got to tell you, I like when they get to fighting like this. Like, you got the prosecution talking all that ish. Defense talk all that ish. Prosecution come back like, okay, we're going to kill you. You know, I'm just appreciating the legal battle of it all. I really do. Of course, I lean towards guilty. But I got to say, and I want everybody to understand, the defense is not playing for real. Like,
they're going to fight. They're going to fight.
They're going to fight. I mean, I want to send my lawyer to Ann Taylor and tell her, listen, this is what you should have been doing when you was dealing with me. So I give Ann Taylor every prop in the universe. But I got to tell you, if he's guilty, he's going down. I don't care how much help you got. But I do appreciate the battle, and I was kind of worried about the prosecution asking for the death penalty. And now I see they just said, right behind you. Oh, you got all that to say? All right, death penalty. You know? But I really want to hear that what they have to say about all that the defense had to say about DNA. And I mean, like, if you look at the wording, it's just weird with the way they say, like, oh, none of the victim's blood or anything or DNA was in Koberger's house, this and the third. That's fine. I didn't expect to find any of their DNA anywhere near him. He is a PhD in criminology.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to hear is, well, what did he leave in their house? Because they didn't say nothing about 1122 when it comes to evidence. That's where the cesspool of evidence is. Now, if we can just, and it took a long time, we just got to wait for everything else, though.
Yeah. Thank you, baby. Yeah, we definitely got to wait for everything else.
Yeah, because, but I like the battle. It's just this ongoing. I'm like, duke it out. They said, death penalty. Oh, I was waiting to see, are they going to come out with some more papers today? they didn't. So, okay, we'll just go with the death penalty for now. I guess they're going to save it all up for tomorrow. Like, okay, you say all of that, but tomorrow is another day. Court day. Let's take it there. So I'm loving that part. But we just got to we got to have patience. We got to take a look at, I believe he's guilty, or I'm leaning towards guilty. I'm always up for the other punch back the other way. But right now, this case better than OJ, because there's no racism, there's none of that going on nowadays. So yeah, let's really see whose hand the glove fits on,
right?
For real, because that's where we're getting to. Like, and I mean, I know I don't do too many opinions, but like my opinion in his reasoning has more to do with not the people. I don't think that he had much. I think he had several targets, but I think what he wanted to do was prove how intelligent he was in the court system. So it wasn't just them that were the targets. There were plenty of targets. So he found his target, whichever one he wanted to choose at the time, because that's what I think all that driving around looking for and this, that, and the third, because he knew a few little places that he would like to step into. But I think with his real goal was to get in court and try to prove himself innocent. So I would like to see that, because everybody says, do you remember what he said when they said that he said was, am I the only one that got arrested?
Right.
But he also said, I can't wait to be exonerated. Not found innocent, none of that, exonerated. Exoneration comes after you've been found guilty.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what he wanted to do. He's doing exactly what he wants to do, and that's get us all riled up. Everybody's saying he's innocent. Everybody's saying he's guilty. Oh, don't put the media in it. You know, all of this hoopla surrounding his case. Mm-hmm. We have given Bryan Kohberger everything he wants, and that's fine. And I feel like, and at the end of the day, at the end of this deadly game, somebody else is going to be dead. And that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I don't know. This shit is wild. Like, I don't know if Bryan's calling the shots on it or what. You know what I mean? Like, is he calling the shots or is it the defense? I feel like he's got to be talking to him to some degree, right?
I think the defense is doing things, but I think Bryan is calling the shots. I think Bryan got a lot to say, especially when they have those smart mouth back talking type of litigation. Like, I know that the attorney has his own way, but I don't think that he was talking all that without Bryan saying, no, tell them they have, like, say something about the kitchen sink and all of that. I really believe that Bryan is helping writing the paperwork. Mm-hmm. It makes it much easier. You know, he does have the PhD. I give it to him. He's very intelligent. He made a mistake. He left the sheet. But what other mistakes have he made? That's what I want to see. And I think the prosecution, they just keep smiling. And like I said, don't piss Santa Claus off. Just don't piss Santa off. He will come for you. So here we are. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are, the kitchen sink.
Indeed.
The kitchen
here we
sink.
Are, sitting at the kitchen sink, waiting for more, waiting for Santa to have something else to say back. Like, what are you saying to me?
The defense, I feel like they threw the whole book.
Yes, they threw the whole book. And we all know Santa is next thing to God. Okay, well then how about I don't even have to address this. How about I just let you know death penalty. Now say something. I'm loving that back and forth. I like how they do it right on time. I was waiting. I was like Monday. I was like, they put that paperwork out awful early. Any other day, you know, we got to wait till 8, 9, 10 o'clock for them to post it into the web board. They posted that as soon as they woke up.
Pittsburgh, love you, says Papa Sal. Pittsburgh, love you. He's wild. I appreciate you calling in, Priestess.
Absolutely. And I will talk it to you later when they got more.
Well,
Talk to you later. Lock
I
your doors.
appreciate
All right.
you. No doubt. Lock your doors. Shout out to her. She said we want more. 219-885-9693. Get your 6 minutes in. Get the floor. Hold it down. What's your thoughts? What's your opinion? Battle. Is the defense throwing the book? What's going on? Papa Sal, what's going on? You're live.
What's up, my brother? I'm going to make this short.
You got 6 minutes, so.
I'm going to make this short anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, they got this guy in jail. They got this guy in jail. So they definitely got him. My thing is, not only do they want to put this guy behind bars forever, they want to kill him. They want to fucking kill him. Okay? This is just, let's put him behind bars shit. No. They want him dead. And for them to want him dead, they got some crazy shit on him. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
That's what I was saying. I mean, that's exactly what I think.
Yeah. It's one thing to put a guy in jail or lock him up, but to come out and say they want him dead.
Thank you, Jeff. Jeff sent me the get the fuck out of here button.
Yeah. Hey, listen, when I hang up, I want you to do that to me. Get the fuck out of here, please.
I really didn't. I really didn't even mean to hit it.
I know.
I feel bad because I literally accidentally touched the button and it went off, but there's no taking it back once it goes on.
I know. And she knows you didn't mean it either. I'm sure.
I know, but the heart in me feels bad.
I know. It's because you got a big heart, man. That's why we're here, brother. We love you. All right. That's really all I wanted to say. So let's give it to somebody else. And you can
you had earlier when I talked to you, there's 3 minutes left. When I talked to you, you were bringing up some things. Now, them responding quickly and getting this out even before tomorrow. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Getting it out before tomorrow, it showed that they got that out with urgency.
Yeah. I when they said they were going to do it within 24 hours, I was like, wow. They want it out there. And I don't know if it's because the defense is putting shit out there and making them want to put something out there. You know? Tit for tat, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But yes, they believe they got the right guy. They said it from the beginning, and they were convinced we have the right man locked up. Now they want to kill him. So
I got to get a design made, Dietra. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like, to be honest with you, Papa Sal, I'm just going to say this. I've already explained my theory, and I kind of still stand by it. Well, I don't I do stand by it. But I do want to know what's going on with, I do want to know what's going on with the gaps, etc. You know what I mean? Like, as far as the roommates, etc. So when it comes to that, I do think about that still. But at the end of the day, I really do think they have the right guy.
Yeah, me too. And, I'm sure they wailed on those two. Dylan, could you imagine the questioning? Why didn't he kill you? What do you got going with him? Come on, talk to me. What do you got? I mean, they had to have gotten reamed by the cops. the questioning had to be unbearable. Had to be. I mean, at the same time, you don't want to scare them, but at the same time, you want to find out what the fuck happened. Why did you live and they didn't?
Right.
And I'm sure they did that to both of them. And I feel terrible that these girls have to live with that for the rest of their life. Dylan has to live with that for the rest of her life.
Absolutely.
I'm sure she looked over to the left as they were walking out and seen that room gutted, filled with carnage and blood, knowing her friends were slaughtered. It's a thing that it'll be with her for the rest of her life. And I feel so bad that she's got to go that way. That's a prison sentence in itself.
I agree, Papa Sal.
And it's really, really terrible. You know, we don't really know much about Bethany, but I'm sure it was the same. Both of them went out the door at the same time. One of them fainted. I'm sure it was Dylan. And God, it's just so bad. The whole thing is so bad.
It's a tragedy, like Giovanna said. It is. This is a tragedy, man.
Yep. And this case is going to overshadow the OJ case by a landslide.
You think so?
This is absolutely, man. Definitely. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Throw me out. We'll say goodbye, and then throw me out with "Get the fuck out of here."
Well, I appreciate you, Papa Sal. I love you, pal.
I love you too, buddy.
All right, pal. I'll talk to you later. God bless you, and I'll see you in Discord.
Yes.
Discord.
God bless everybody. God bless everybody in chat. All these people, they're all great people you have with you. Great people.
Absolutely blessed to have them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, brother. Right. God bless you.
All right.
Get the fuck out of here!
Shout out to Papa Sal. 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts? 6 minutes. Papa Sal asked for it, didn't he? Mark Willis, welcome to the Rev Game family. I appreciate you. 757 sent from heaven. Donna's on the line. Happy birthday, Donna, again. I don't know how many times I've said it, but I'll say it every time you get through. Happy birthday. And what's your thoughts now? What's going on?
Well, I read something on Discord earlier today, but you may not have seen it. But I was finding, I found something, and I'm wondering if it actually has anything to do with tomorrow's hearing. Let me see. Hold on a minute. It says, and if y'all have already talked about this, I apologize, but under the Idaho status or statutes, it says a sentence of death shall not be imposed unless the prosecuting attorney files written notice of intent to seek the death penalty with the court and serves the notice upon the defendant and his attorney of record no later than 60 days after entering a plea.
Mm-hmm.
So 60 days, it hasn't been 60 days, I don't think, that they did the plea to the courts. So I think maybe that they're rushing this because they're really tight. They're getting close to 60 days because I can't remember when he appeared in court to do his plea. It was last month, I believe. But that is the statute in Idaho for imposing the death penalty. They have to do it in writing within 60 days of the plea. So I came across that today when I was looking up some of the statutes in Idaho, and that could be part of tomorrow's hearing. And that's why they're, they have to verbally do it and in writing in court to the judge within that time frame.
Mm.
So I found that to be interesting, you know, and that can explain a lot, really, if you think about it.
Definitely could.
I just jumped on here, so I'm not really sure what you guys are talking about. I just happened to hop back on.
Talking about the thoughts of the new documents that just dropped. They're going for the death penalty, etc. Like, and it being Monday, why didn't they just mention it tomorrow? But they wanted to fire back for the victims, and I get it. Not only did they want to fire back from the victims from that trash they put out on Friday, and I'm gonna say it the way I said it, trash. Yeah, it had some things in it, but I don't know. I mean, it is the defense job, and they're gonna fight for him, and they're gonna represent. But still, it was trash, and the verbiage, and it was disgusting, in my opinion. I've seen a lot of different professionals talking about the verbiage used in that. Like, did a bunch of interns write this?
Right. Yeah. Well, she's, you know, who knows who's doing that for them, to be honest with you. But I think that my dogs are going to go nuts. Hold on.
They're barking happy birthday.
I'm having a good day. Like I said, I had a cookout yesterday with my family, and I've had some friends today, so it's been good. It's been good. I love spending time with people I care about. So
they had 20-something days to go. A lot of chats saying that.
Oh, on the 60 days.
Yeah, that's what a lot of.
That's why. So they got to get it in there. So they're rushing that to get into court and get it documented. So I can understand that, because once the 60 days is over, they can't do it.
Right.
So, and that's probably what's making Koberger and his attorney, you know, they're pushing to have something done, because I mean, I'm sure it's nerve-wracking waiting to see what they're going to do, you know, whether they're going to go for life or they're going to go for going to the bathroom, death penalty. So anyway, I just called to share that with you, because I did put it on Discord earlier today, but that was right after the last live, and things are moving pretty fast. So I mentioned it on here. So, so that's it. I'll give some time to somebody else.
Well, I appreciate you.
All right.
God bless you, Donna. I hope
well.
Enjoy the rest of your birthday, and you know.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
All right, you too, brother. Bye-bye.
Shout out to Donna. 219-885-9693. Oh, that makes me happy. Join us this Discord, babe. Trev, exactly what time will court be tomorrow? 3:30 my time, 1:30 Cali time, and Eastern time it is at 4:30. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. Phones off. Do not disturb. If you do not want to call in, we will get to some other activities. Los Angeles 2022. What's going on? Welcome. Appreciate you coming by. For everybody that's in here, make sure you smash the like button. It's free 99. We're at 400 likes. We got 890 people in here. Can we get to 600 likes? If we get to 600 likes, I'll stay on for 4 hours. 600. 2 or 3. We'll 3 hours. Let's see. I'm watching that like button jump. It went from 419 to 430, 442. Damn, we're jumping. We're spiking. 453. Never know. Might have to get off here and go live on another channel too. No, it's not legal in Idaho. So I guess everybody's gave up on calling. Okay, we might have to get to some other activities. Hold up, let's see. The Gonsalves family is grateful that the prosecutor's office is pursuing the death penalty. There is no more deserving than the defendant in this case. We continue to pray for all the victims' families and appreciate all the support we have received. The Gonsalves family put that out. Thank you for sending that, Brooke. I didn't see that yet, but I appreciate you sending that. I got that in the email. Damn, emails. Some emails are going to my spam and all different. I don't know what's causing that, right? What's the cause to that? It's weird. Excuse me. I'll put it up top so people can see. Detective John, mow my lawn. You got 6 minutes. What's going on?
What's up, my man?
What's up, man?
Yeah, you know, it's funny is that document. I think you said earlier, people were saying that who wrote that? She wrote that. Ann Taylor wrote that 100% because an intern is trying to impress. An intern wouldn't use that verbiage. An intern would be by the book and very professional.
Mm-hmm.
She absolutely 100% wrote that document, and she did it in a in my opinion, it was just kind of a dig. Everything was a dig, and that's just part of the game. She's been in the game a long time, so like I was saying before, she's going to be admonished for that. People will disagree, but I've been around court a lot, and a judge does not like to see that stuff. And this guy's pretty professional. He's very by the book. So that was something that he probably read later, and he's going to admonish her. He won't do it publicly because this case has got such a high profile, but he will let her know that he doesn't appreciate that kind of unprofessional work, because I don't care what anybody says. I'm telling you right now, that's unprofessional, the way that was written. And isn't the 60 days up tomorrow? Is that tomorrow?
What is what tomorrow?
The deadline for them to file for the death penalty. Is that tomorrow? I
20 days. 20 more days, everybody was saying.
20 more days? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Because she dropped this alleged bomb, she just got smacked down. She just got all of her glory just got smacked down, because that was a great move to say, okay, you want to play this nonsense and disrespect the court and put a document out like this. Here you go. Death penalty. Now everybody's like ooh and on, but I knew that he was going to do it. I think Regina was, I love you, Regina, but you were adamant that he was a constitutionalist and he wouldn't do it. And I said, no, I don't think so. He's going to file for the death penalty, and he's got way too much pressure. He's going to do it. So yeah, I'm happy. I got some pep in my step after seeing that today. I'm so happy. I mean, I'm not happy that someone's going to be put to death, so don't get me wrong.
I mean, we're doing a double header. I'm happy. I mean, if you allegedly he put 4 people to death. He chose when somebody, or like I said, allegedly speculating, he chose to put 4 people away. So that doesn't come without, you have to pay for your crimes here. That's just how it is. You have to pay for what you've done. You fucked up. Excuse my language. You screwed up 4 families that now have to go through life. Everything until they meet their debt. Man, they'll be thinking about them babies until they meet their maker, and then they'll join them in heaven. That's what they're going through, man. They're going through complete pain.
I'm saying that some people, probably a lot of listeners on here, are against that, and the death penalty. But if any case that I've ever thought of deserved the death penalty, it would be this case. If I'm guilty, and I think there's going to be compelling evidence that we don't know. And for the people out there, it's not that I'm glad that another family is going to be devastated, because this is a son, he's a brother, and people are going to be hurt by it. But he's not going to be put to death for a long time. He's going to rest in a 6x8 cell for a very long time before I'll be probably with a walker by the time he gets put down. I think that's what legislation needs to be pushed to change.
What? How old are you, Detective John? 56?
50. I'll be 55 July 4th.
Okay, so you're 2 years younger than my dad. You're 54. I mean, yeah, by the time, you're probably right. He said I'd be in a walker. So, you should be.
So I'll be in a walker with Depends probably.
Mm-hmm.
As much abuse as I've done to my body, but it's just that it's not that anyone should celebrate somebody being put to death, but he deserves it. And the thing about, if legislation would get on board nationwide and stop, I mean, think about families that have been devastated by their, loved ones being killed by a monster like this, have to sit 20 something years sometimes. And a lot of them, like the parents, die. They don't ever get to see, the end, because it's so drawn out. The governor in the very end has, he's going to get bombarded with stays, and they'll find some technicalities to delay it. I think, if you're gonna send somebody to death, give them the option. If you want to take your life now, why would we waste our money for the next 20 years? Go ahead. There you go. He's probably too much of a coward to do that, though. He's going to want to sit there and suck it all up. Just my opinion. But, I'm just happy that they battled back with this. I think it was a great move. It was a slap down. I don't care what anyone says. That move by the DA was a slap in the face, and is a bitch slap is what it was. He knocked the piss out of him, and everyone needs to know that. That was a what did I say earlier? I said his response will probably be short and sweet. That was the response. That was a short and sweet, badass response right there. He's got balls.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was awesome. Other people call it. I really appreciate you. I love you, man. You're awesome. You and I talk a lot personally, and you're awesome. I just want you to know that.
I appreciate you, brother.
And I appreciate Sal. I appreciate the family. I'm getting all choked up. I love you guys, and let's work for these families and see this thing through. Can't wait till the trial.
We'll be on the tour. We're gonna be probably 10-hour streams when trial drops. Minimum.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy, and that's why you're encouraging me to kind of try and do my own thing. It's gonna be a while before I do that. I mean, I got to figure out how to do it, and I know you're gonna help me. And we'll be a few different time slots, and we'll just dominate. We'll talk about with each other and everything.
My time slot's crazy though, but I'm like random. I go live sometimes 3 times a day, but lately I've been 1 time. But you'll see, man. I'm a bipolar streamer.
Yeah, I know. There's no real structure on your time,
bro. I'm a bipolar streamer. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. I'm a bipolar streamer. I'll stream it. Sometimes I go live at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m. And sometimes 1 time a day for 2 straight months. And the next thing you know, all of a sudden T-REV's live 10, 12, 15, 18 hours on stream. They call it beast streams. Like before 2 months straight, I was live damn near 10 to 18 hours a day. Crazy,
yeah.
Falling asleep in a chair like that.
I know you are, man. That's why I'm like, T-REV's on. Holy shit.
So I mean, I'm very random. I'm random with it, man. When it comes to streaming, but I appreciate you, Detective John. I'll definitely talk to you. I'll talk to you in a little bit. I'll hit you up.
I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need the help. Bouncing stuff off of it, and you can help.
Takes a lot. Takes a lot.
I know, man, but I've got a little time.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it takes a lot, so be ready.
I'm ready, brother. I'm ready, and we'll work together, man. We will not be competitors. We're gonna be a team.
Oh, you're automatically a competitor.
No, man, never.
You're automatically a competitor. I'm batting and you're pitching. I'm just playing.
Don't strike, bro.
I'm just playing, Detective John. I love you, pal. Thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts with us, man.
Love you, man. Love everybody. Ciao.
I'll talk to you shortly. I'll hit you up after, and I can run you through it. It's simple.
All right, man. Thank you.
Love you, pal. I'll holler at you. Shout out to DJ. 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts? I see people calling. Call in. Never know. I'm about to just exit this time and let people talk. Which one do I pick? 970, what's going on? You're live.
Hi, it's Charlene. I've called a couple of times. I just wanted to state that I'm glad that the death penalty was called by the prosecutors.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, I believe that sometime in my 74 years, I've heard that in order to ask for the death penalty, you have to hold, your evidence has to be higher than normal or something like that. I'm not sure on that, but it seems like that's what I remember. And I believe they do have a lot more evidence than any of us know. I also want to tell you that I love Sosa. Give him a hug and kiss for me. Love your family. I love the gang. I just love the family. And thank you for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you sharing your voice with us. What's your name and where are you calling from again?
Charlene. And even though my area code is 970, I presently live in Washington.
Oh, okay. The state?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. And I listen to you constantly. I keep up my membership, and I love you, and I'm so very proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Cheyenne, you said, right? Or Charlene. I said Cheyenne. Listen to me. Charlene.
I hope I can call again sometime.
Anytime you want. Anytime I'm live, phone lines are open, give me a call. If you can't get through, email me the number. And
I will. Bless your heart there, T-REV.
Yes, ma'am.
I love you.
I love you back, Charlene. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. And thank you for being here and having a voice in the community. We all appreciate you. God bless you. Stay safe. Make sure your doors are locked. And hopefully I hear from you again soon.
God bless your heart, T-REV.
Thank you, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Shout out to her. What a wonderful soul. I love sweet people like that. 219-885-9693. What a sweet soul. That woman's a sweet soul. Very sweet. Very sweet. CKI for my faves and treats for souls. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. CKI, always spoiling Sosa. Always spoiling Sosa. And then I spoil Sosa. So it's like, damn. You know, I got to spoil Sosa. Sweet lady. Thank you, Charlene. How can I give her a 6-month membership on me? Salvatore says. Charlene, if she's in chat. Papa Sal, man. I love the sweet souls in here. A lot of great people. Anybody that is a new member, by the way, and you need help getting into Discord, if you need help getting into Discord and you're a member, let me know. I can help you get in there. I'll help you right now while I'm live. I will help you right now. It's a members only Discord, and I'm keeping it that way. I will never open it to the public. I will never open Discord to the public for the fact that trolls, you got to keep it safe to some point. And trolls get in there and all that. I've tried it before, and it was horrible. Horrible. Straight horrible. I'm late to the stream. What's happening with BK? Well, they're going for the death penalty, but that's not really, I guess it's maybe the rebuttal to the defense the defense documents that came out Friday. That's what I feel like, but who needs help getting in? There's a lot of people in chat who need help. All you got to do is connect your YouTube account to your Discord. You have to make sure that the account that has the membership is connected to your Discord, or it will not let you in. There's a video on YouTube you can look up. I can also drop it in chat, right? I'll drop it in chat for you guys right now. How? Hold on, let me get it for you right now. This is for everybody because I get a lot of messages on it a lot, and I want to make sure that you guys are, getting it. How to add Discord link to YouTube channel. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, here you go. This is how you do it for everybody this is the video. This is how you do it. It's easy. Anybody who needs help, I will help you do it. I can help you do it right now while I'm live. New member, how do you connect? You got to make a Discord. First of all, you got to connect, like I said, your YouTube account that has your membership on it to the Discord. I integrated YouTube with Discord. So just for the fact that I make it members only to keep the trolls out. So when you join in Discord, your YouTube is connected to your Discord. So, you know what I mean? So say a troll does come in, right? I can click on their profile in Discord and click on their YouTube channel and be like, and see when their account was made, etc. Rather than, a troll come up in there and try to play and lay low and do all this goofy shit. I try to keep it for a safe environment for people. That's just how I like it. I like to keep it that way. Yes, you can call in. Make sure you call up. I just took it off Do Not Disturb right now. 219-885-9693. Call in. Lines are open. I appreciate that, Detective John. Yeah, a lot of people say shit. They do, but it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I shut that shit down. We stopped mentioning creators. That's what I put. No mentioning creators. No self-promotion. No none of that. That puts an end to all of that, right? I feel like it does. 908, what's going on? You're live.
Hey, T, it's Chris from NJ. How are you, buddy?
Chris, how you doing, my brother?
I'm okay. I'm doing good. Yeah, I see they got the death penalty and everything. I think it's a great move. I agree with Detective John. It's a chess game all the way, but it was definitely a good move. And I think also too with the DNA there, you have two other DNA profiles on that sheet.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, hey, that's his DNA is still there.
Absolutely.
I remember watching the documentary. Everyone keeps bringing up OJ, but it's similar, But Tom Lang, which I got nothing but respect for, he was in a documentary, and he said, "Look, you could take that DNA evidence with OJ and Nicole and Ron Goldman and everything on it. You could throw it out in the highway, run over it 1,000 times, and still have his DNA on there." So, it's a crazy thing, but at the end of the day, his DNA is still there, and with the death penalty now they got the defense has got some scrambling to do. They got to run around, and now they're scrambling. So we'll see what happens. And another thing I want to say too, with those, what do they call them, terabytes, like 50, 51 files of terabytes, video, audio.
Yes, sir.
I'm just wondering if because those girls and they're always on their phone and everything. I'm just wondering if one of them, one of the phones during a struggle or whatever got knocked under a bed or something like that, and it was on audio or record. Maybe it's in those terabytes, some kind of audio or something like that. I'm just wondering because there's a lot. That's a lot of information on those terabytes. So that would be something to have that come out. With that on there, but yeah, I'm just glad, the families, that if, seeking this death penalty, and finally, it seems like they're fighting back a little bit for the families, and I think it's a good thing, and hey, now it could maybe even push them towards to make a plea deal. Who knows? We don't know. But yeah, it's whole strategy, and I agree with Detective John, Don Johnson. That yeah, I solely agree with him what he's been saying about it all along. So yeah, well, I think we'll know. I guess we'll know tomorrow late afternoon. I guess they're going to do another hearing with everything. So I guess we'll know tomorrow more.
Yeah, Detective John, Detective John, he has experience and has been in the field, so it's like when you have firsthand experience, you can explain certain things. You know, it's not that we all don't know certain things, but when it comes from somebody who has actually been in the field, you know, it's appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Detective John's probably seen more stuff in his career than any of us on the show. I mean, he's probably seen it all, blood, gore, all that, you know, crime scenes and all that. So he's passionate about it, and you know, he speaks from the heart, and you know, so you know, hey, life, you know, life's full of adventures, like we said before. You know, life's full of adventures. So you know, it's a case that you know, affects everyone, because you know, that's everyone's daughter, everyone's son across the country that has their kids in school or sends their kids away hoping for the best, and then something like this happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, I'm just, you know, at the end of the day, I want to see justice served, and I want to see the families get some closure, and the victims and the victims' voices be heard, and you know, that I want to. That's at the end of the day what you want is justice. You know, so you know, this goes back and forth, death penalty, maybe a plea deal, maybe not, maybe they'll fight it out. We don't know, but you know, I'm hoping for the best for everybody. You know, so. But that's all I got to say for today, T. Thank you for all the hard work you're doing on this. Thank you.
I appreciate you, brother. I just try to give everybody the voice they deserve to have. You know, like I said, you guys scream from the comments on many different channels, and you're not heard. Sometimes you're not heard. You know what I mean? It's good to actually hear people call up and speak for themselves instead of not just, because I do appreciate everybody that's in the comments. Don't get it wrong, but being able to talk to people and have one-on-one experiences in front of a live audience and listening to your thoughts and opinions, it's different, it's unique. And not only that, I get to connect with you guys a little more on a personal level when I get to speak to you. So I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts as usual, and glad to hear from you. It's been a couple of it's been like maybe a week or so, huh?
Yeah, the last time I was with the submarine, you did the submarine, which was, that should be, if there's a platinum record, I don't know if the highest record's a gold record or platinum record, put that in the archives, because that was just great. I was really glad you did that. That was a really great job you did that day. I followed the whole day, and then I got to call in at the end, and then you did a nice tribute to those souls, and it was very well done. It's a platinum, I guess you would call it a platinum record. You're into music, right?
Absolutely.
And one more thing I got to say. Papa Sal, I love Papa Sal, but he's got to get a Cadillac, man. I heard he drove a Honda Civic, a white one. He's got to get a Cadillac, man. If I got to buy him a Cadillac, you know, I'll chip in for one for him, you know. Can't be seen driving a Honda Civic, Papa Sal.
And Papa Sal's been in front of some. I seen some pics he was sending. He's a man. Papa Sal's a megastar. People just don't know.
Sure is, yeah.
Seriously.
I saw him in Sopranos. I saw him.
Yeah.
Holy walnuts.
He's definitely, man. He's definitely been on the scene with some people. I appreciate you calling in, my brother. God bless you. Thank you for calling in as usual, and hopefully I hear from you again.
Thank you so much for letting me call in. You're the best, brother. You have a great day. I'll watch the show and enjoy the people calling in. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
I've been thinking about working on like a video with the Titanic too. I'm working on a bunch of shit. It's like I start one thing and start working on another thing and start working on another thing. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, you got the skills, man. So you're you know, whatever you put out there has been great. So, you know, just keep on trucking, brother. That's all I can say. You know, keep on trucking.
I appreciate you, Chris. God bless you, and I'm gonna hear from you again.
Yep, I'll be talking to you soon, brother. Take it, you know, have a great day, and see you soon.
See you soon, my brother. Lock your doors. Shout out to him. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call up. Chris, funny. Speaking of that, you're welcome, Crystal. Salads and Sensation, Weekend Car. He looks what? He looks like a superstar. Yeah, Sal, he's got that power, you know. 604, you're in the door. What's going on?
Hey, T-REV, it's Ms. 604.
Miz, what's up, Miz?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. So, I first off just wanted to apologize to you and everyone. I just got a bit overwhelmed with all the trolling going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I just had to take a step back this morning and whatnot. But, you know, I see that you really laid the hammer down in some ways, and this chat is so much nicer.
Yeah, I'm not playing no games. If people come in, they're getting smoked immediately if they come in being ignorant.
I know you're not. And I just, like I said, I did want to apologize if I said anything like over this. I just got upset and laughed because it's been overwhelming me for a long time, right? I'm just a very loyal person. So my loyalty's to you and your channel. And it just irks the hell out of me when people say stuff about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so anyway, that was just something I wanted to get off my chest. And then I just had a few things I wanted to talk to you about the case, you know?
Absolutely.
I was thinking like the three other DNA male, the three other DNA male things they found, specimens, I guess is it the word. You know, could it be law enforcement that came on the scene after the crime, right? And the reason prosecution didn't turn those over is because they're irrelevant, because they know who they belong to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a possibility, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Anything's a possibility right now without knowing anything.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that maybe there's a reason some things haven't been turned over is because they're irrelevant. But it's being made to sound like they're hiding things, you know? I just don't think they're hiding things, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, they have to do certain things. I mean, I don't know. You mean like prosecution hiding things from the defense? Or
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that they are hiding things. I just don't. But, I mean, I've listened to a couple of, like, other lawyers, like, too, and they're saying the same thing, like, they don't believe they're hiding, and they're defense lawyers, and they're saying we don't believe they're hiding anything. Like, a lot of us maybe just don't understand exactly how this process works, right? Myself included.
Yeah, it's going to be a very long process. Let's put it that way.
Right.
I just don't think we're making it to October 2nd. I think it's going to go beyond that.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. I don't see how it could come about that quickly.
That shit's crazy.
And I for the death penalty, I'm not surprised at all. I think that they sort of fired back with that, right? And I feel like for them to drop that, imagine the evidence they must have to back it up. They have to, don't they? Or am I not seeing something here? Like, what is your thought?
I definitely feel like they gotta have 100%.
And I think too, something that I saw that maybe the defense has not been able to see the DoorDash driver's interview. I mean, turn it over to them. Let them see it. You know what I mean? Like, let them see stuff that's going to come out, if it's going to come out in trial and whatever. Let them see it. I want them to have everything so that there's no way for any loopholes. You know, if he is the guy, which I think he is, I don't want there to be any loopholes for him to get a mistrial or anything, right?
Right. I hope not either. But what loopholes could they really have? Besides, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, besides everything that people speculated around and just throwing in the air, we really don't know what's going on back and forth, and between what's held in with law enforcement, FBI, etc. We don't know what's going. You know what I mean? We just hear these things, little things that are in the PCA, and see things in documents, and people take things and really put them to a level that they're really not at. I feel like
that's right. I agree 100% with you. Like, maybe do we know 5%, and when the trial starts, we'll start to know what's really going on, but we just don't know.
It's a wild case. Like I said, this is wilder than friggin' the Delphi case right now, in my opinion. Yeah. And God bless.
And, other than your channel, Maybe there's a couple others, but I've never seen so many people jump on a arrested person's side. Like, it's very weird to me to see all these people jumping on his side. Like, okay, innocent until proven guilty, but these people are literally like scanning him. I've never seen this before. Like, to this level. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, it's heavy.
To understand. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good, Miss.
Oh, I was just saying, instead of maybe trying to, like, let's delve into why he got arrested, it's like, let's delve into everybody but him did it. It's just weird, right? I've never seen it. So I've never seen it to this level.
Yeah, I've never seen people to this level either, dude. Just going to bat for this guy. Like, I get it, innocent till proven guilty, but it feels like people are taking it a step farther. They're making. I mean, you got people that come in with his picture on and make his name on YouTube and come. I mean, it's crazy.
I know it is crazy. I've just never seen it.
I seen a Bryan Kohberger Twitter that was just created not long ago. They followed me. I'm like, something is wrong with some of these people. You know?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I know. I don't, like I said, I've just never seen it to this level. Maybe this is a YouTube streets thing, but I don't know. I've never, because, well, I shouldn't say that. There are more than enough of them on Twitter as well, I guess. I just don't. Twitter, I only follow who I follow, so I don't follow people like that. Right?
I literally looked at it. I think it was yesterday. What was it, yesterday or the day before? I looked and it said, Bryan Kohberger followed you. I'm like, are people that really disgusting to where they just... God. That shit's it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Twitter's a world of its own as well, so... Anyway, I love your show. I love you guys. It's really nice to be in Discord. There's so many like different, if people, I mean, I didn't know anything about it when I joined it. There's so many different areas, guys. You guys can go and it's so fun. There's pets and then there's the main chat room and there's like gift wars and it's really nice in there. It's a really nice family feeling in there. So for your members that haven't joined yet,
do you watch the shows that I put on?
I haven't done that yet. I'm not sure how to do that.
I'll give you the short version.
Does help me though.
I'll give you the short version.
Sunshine.
I'll give you the short version. When I'm streaming, click on my name, and it'll say watch stream, and then you just watch stream.
Oh, so I just sit like that's what you guys are doing? You're all watching what you're streaming?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really done it before. I didn't know how. Sunshine was trying to help me, but sometimes I'm very technologically challenged. So
it's okay. Just click on my profile and go straight to it. That's all you do.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyway, I urge people to do it because it's really fun in there, and it's a nice like after this, after what you do a show, it's nice to go there and be able to chat and to know that you're chatting in a troll-free zone is super nice, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I like that you said you're going to keep it like that way.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I tried the other way, right? And it just was, it just didn't, it wasn't what I wanted. So I just, I was like, damn, I can integrate it with this and YouTube basically will boot and kick everybody out for me that is, you know what I mean? Like literally YouTube runs everything. It'll boot people out. Like say somebody comes in, right? And they're not supposed to be in there and they somehow got some invite somewhere, it won't let them in because they have to.
Oh, nice.
They have to have membership. They have to have their membership connected to their account. So if it is not, it won't let them in.
Oh, well, that's good then. That's really good. And it's also like, I mean, $1.99, right? Like it's so affordable. I've seen other creators and I'd like to join their Discord just because I like their content, but it's like $7.50. I don't know if it's different because it's Canadian dollars for me, but $7.50 to $10.50 a month. I just can't do that right now.
I tell people, look, if you, I definitely charge, and the reason why I charge is to have people come in there is to keep a troll-free zone. If you can't pay it, hit me up and I'll pay it for you.
Yeah.
If you really want to be in there that bad, I'll pay for you. No problem.
Yeah. Well, look how reasonable your charge is, right? Like nobody can say like, oh my God, it's
99 cents to find $1 on the couch.
I know. You rock.
I'm saying.
Anyway,
but
I've taken up more. I've talked more than my time. I want to let somebody else have a chance.
It's
Hey,
okay. It's okay. I appreciate you.
always appreciate you having me on, and love everybody here. Love you. Shout out Detective John and Papa Sal.
Thank you, man. God bless you. I appreciate you calling up and sharing your thoughts.
Okay, Trevin, and love to Sosa too, as always.
Thank you. God
okay,
bless.
We'll talk again.
Yes,
Thank
man.
you. Take
God
care.
bless. Lock your doors. 219-885-96. Hold up 3. All right. So somebody was saying that they made a statement, right? Welcome, Supercell Jason and Faraday. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Hollis. Also, welcome to the Rev Game family. But thank you, Hollis, for the 5 gifted. I also gifted 20. I don't know who they got them, but shout out to you guys. I'll be gifting. I always gift. But what do you guys think about well, actually, I'll talk about that later because I don't want to put that out yet. I want to leave it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because it's an idea I'm working on. I also appreciate your membership price. 99 cents. Most people make their shit $2.99 or up. I make it 99 cents, but what troller is going to do all that to go through to come in and troll? I mean, if you want to, go ahead. I check everybody thoroughly. I click on your Discord, go to your YouTube, all types of shit. I'm nosy. I like to keep my spot like a family environment type gig. That's how I like my Discord. Family environment and people being friendly. That's it. I don't like hatred and arguing like that shit. They used to be like that, and I had to step in and shut it down. Like I literally had 800 people and had to boot all of them, and we're like down to 100. I had to boot like 700 people literally. Even $4.99 us Canadian is also $6 Canadian is a lot for me. Well, if anybody ever struggles and you need help to get a membership or whatever, just hit me up. Just hit me up. I don't mind helping. More, I appreciate you. 219-885-9693. Do not disturb is off. Call in. I left when it was arguing. I don't blame you, Tara. I don't blame you. I had to sweep up the floors, Katie, Maddie, Xana, Eve, Blue. 253. What's going on? You're live.
Oh, hi, T-REV. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
You know what? It's been a minute since I've called into you. I've been so busy, so I haven't had a chance. And I popped into your channel today. I'm like, oh, he's live. That's amazing. So I'm glad I got to reach you and I get to chit chat with you about this Cobra case.
Absolutely. What's up? So what's on your mind? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, first off, I used to work in criminal law, defense actually, and I currently work in personal injury, and I'm very into this case, and I've been really into it since the beginning of it, just because I've talked to you in the past, and one of the kids, Ethan, he resembles one of my kids quite a bit. My son kind of jokes around. He's like, he was this handsome devil. That's what my son says because they look alike. And but anyways, my thoughts on it is the following, and it's probably a little bit controversial. But I honestly, knowing the whole thing with the DNA, right? And this is just as a pet owner. The situation is Murphy, right? Although he doesn't shed very much, he would shed. Animals shed. On top of that, girls, they shed like crazy hair, right? Just lots of hair. So
Right.
let's say hypothetically, BK did this crime. And if you're actually looking at, if you're actually looking at the available evidence of the sheath, and then what we know about the case, right? It was a frenzied killing. They said it was messy, obviously loss of blood, 4 different victims, 2 different floors, right? So you would assume, I was watching some of these videos online of blood splatter. So it would be all over the person that did it, especially a frenzied killing, right? Walking through the house, in a house with a bunch of girls that shed, right? A pet as well in there. On top of that, walking through the backyard where there's obviously yard debris, right? So if the filing that the defense has filed, which basically states, hey, A, there was no connection to the victims, B, there was no DNA, And that's really big, right? There was no DNA available in his home, his office, especially highlighted car, right? All of us thought, I think the majority thought, if he did it, it doesn't matter like what he did, he would take something back to the car. If you're like a pet owner and you're walking and you live in an area that has a lot of plantation, you're bound to take something back to the car, right? And then allegedly he didn't do any type of cleanup on the vehicle until like 6 weeks later when he was traveling, I guess, back to Pennsylvania. So the whole thing just seems really off, you know, like I was glad when they caught him initially, right? Because I'm like, oh, great. Like finally they caught someone who, you know, these students are going to get justice. They're going to get, you know, they caught the person. The PCA seems pretty strong, but it also seems like the defense is on their A game, right? They're pointing out these flaws, right? And then I watched some videos that talk about touch DNA, and I was talking about it with one of my coworkers. And I was like, look, like one of these pens that is for our firm, like it got touched by whoever's manufacturing the pen, came to the office, I'm holding it, I'm giving it to you, and then you can give it to someone else. Right there, you have 3 or 4 pieces of like touch DNA on that pen. And I told her, unless someone physically cleans the whole thing, there would still be some DNA on it. So we don't necessarily know, right? And then looking at the way the defense is wording things, it's kind of like it was placed, right? Which suggests that someone planted it, right?
Right.
So I just think filing, like the way, and the thing is, a lot of people are like, oh, the defense, they're exaggerating, they're making things up. Like, if you know about law, all these attorneys have something called like the ethical rules of conduct, which means they basically represent the court. So they have to be as truthful, as honest in their filings as they can be. Otherwise, they risk getting sanctioned or even disbarred. Who's going to want to disbar? Like, who's going to want to go ahead and risk their license? You know, attorneys make good money to file something that's false, right? That can come back and say, hey, you filed something that was misinformation on purpose, right? So my feeling is the defense feels really strongly about their arguments. And we don't know what BK is talking to his defense attorneys about, right? But if you know, the assumption is correct that he might be telling them, hey, I didn't do it. That's why there's nothing in my car. And it was planted somehow. We also have to take into account that there was other kids that were called over by the roommates, right? That went in, and we don't know very much about that, right?
Right.
So I honestly think once the defense gets a hold of Dylan and Bethany, they're going to tear them apart. And especially they're going to highlight the fact that it took them so long. If basically they're stating, hey, we didn't see or hear anything, you know, there was a certain amount of time that people were in there already contaminating the scene, right? It causes a big, like, you know, doubt. And I personally, with all this information coming out, I'm kind of doubtful about it. I'm hoping they're looking into the other DNA that's going to come out. And I think a lot of these kids, they know a lot more as well. And I think Kim's a parasite. I'm going to be honest. I don't like her. I think she just inserted herself in, and she likes to call different channels and hear herself talk. But I think there has to be some basis to some of those rumors. So don't want to badmouth the victim. You know, no one deserves to die that way. You know, no one, like, especially when they're so young and just starting off their life. But at the same time, do we not want the defense to do the best possible job for BK? That way, if he is convicted or whoever's convicted, there's absolutely no question about who did it in the end, right? And the victims are getting true justice, not rushed justice, but true justice, right?
Right. Can I ask you a question? You said you're an attorney, right?
I'm not an attorney. No. You know what? I'm prepping, hoping to go to law school, but no, I'm a paralegal.
Okay.
And I love my job, and that's why I have conversations with attorneys. I worked at a criminal law firm. I work with attorneys that did prosecution. And I've had really good conversations with actual attorneys. So I also did some classes, obviously, for the, you know, occupation I'm doing. So I have a little bit of that knowledge, not an attorney-based knowledge, but I have enough to kind of fill in some holes, you know?
So before I get on to the next caller, but what's your thoughts on the wording being used, like kitchen sink.
The wording kitchen sink.
Yeah, they put the kitchen sink in the Friday documents that came out.
Kitchen sink.
I don't know if you read the documents or not from last Friday, but they used the terms kitchen sink in there, and there was just a lot of weird verbiage.
Kitchen sink. Are you talking about the defense? So obviously I didn't read it. So the defense had a filing about the kitchen sink.
Mm-hmm. No. Like I'm throwing the kitchen sink at you, like type in that verbiage way, and that they used it in those terms.
Throwing in the kitchen sink. Different attorneys kind of express themselves differently, right? So I think implying that they're throwing the kitchen sink is basically they're throwing everything, or even like throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something sticks, right? Almost something similar.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically saying they're throwing everything. They want something so badly, they'll go ahead and throw anything they possibly can, hoping that something will either stick. That's my take on it. But again, attorneys, they use different type of language, right? When they're writing, it really depends on their writing style. So I've seen some attorneys be very, they're very sarcastic in their writing, and other ones are like very blunt. So any type of mention of like throwing the kitchen sink is basically implying they're doing everything they can. They're throwing anything to make these things stick when it doesn't necessarily even make sense. That's my take on it. But then again, that's a personal take. It's basically just the language they're using. My thoughts, T-REV. So.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling up and sharing your thoughts. Thank you. We do appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Always congratulations on the channel. I love watching you and a couple of other creators, and I'm glad that I think it's very important just to be open, right? Especially with something when it comes to the death penalty and for young victims, right? Everyone deserves a fair justice, right? So that's my take. But thank you so much for taking my call. You have a wonderful day.
You too. God bless you, man. Lock your doors. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Thank you, Weston. So thank you for that. Disrespectful comments about women. Knowledge and genuine care for this case. Thank you, Weston. I see you. Throwing everything to see what sticks. Hold up. I'm looking for a video that I just seen, and now it's not here. What is going on over here? I'm going to find it because we got to see it real quick. Today. They did a full coverage on that? Interesting. Prosecutors will seek.
We start off.
I mean, we seen that though. I would play it, but you know what? We seen it. We know about all that bullshit. We know about the defense, right? We know about the defense challenging and saying the weird shit that they said in those documents. We seen it all. We seen it all. Let's see. 7? It's recorded and ready to go. So I got a couple things I do need to take care of. We've been on for 2.5 hours. I appreciate you guys that did call in and everybody who's been here to show love and just respect the fact that I don't want the trolling around and weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just got a little bit out of hand and things haven't been the same. Like, I just noticed the tension in the chat, people going back and forth with each other. Like, we do not have to agree with each other. There's a such thing as respectfully disagreeing with each other and being able to be friends or talk or have a conversation without belittling each other, right? I mean, there is a fine line between things that are unacceptable in my book, like victim blaming and things like that. I find it to be unacceptable, right? Victim blaming is horrible. It is. It's very horrible. One thing we don't do here is victim blame or create new suspects in a case that there's somebody locked up in. You know what I mean? And not only that, like, I feel like they're just saying, you know, our case is stronger by putting out the way that they put out the death penalty today, like after they put out Friday and had everybody in an uproar. If you've seen how many people came to, you know, this guy like literally like, see, I told you VK is innocent, man. And it's like, what? Like, people are so quick to come up and take up for someone who's potentially, right? Let's put it that way, who is potentially taking these 4 lives. I mean, so far, what we know, I mean, everything points at him to me, right? Everything points at him to me. Now, the way that they put the stuff about the DNA and the documents and all that on Friday's documents, it did make me think. If you go back and listen to the live, I expressed that 2 lives ago. I expressed my thoughts when I first read that. But it also had to play in my mind that it is coming from the defense, right? It's coming from the defense. Defense is putting this out there. This is their job, is to cast reasonable doubt into us, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to try to steer people, right? I mean, if we want to face it, mainstream media steers people also, right? But also some people take, I don't know, some people twist up the people that really are following the case for the justice part of it and not the weird cat and mouse create a suspect game, right? Because people look at this shit like a game of Clue, or, you know, this is just this and this is just that. I'm going to cover it because it's this. No, I don't know. I just don't agree with that. But that's why I have my own channel and where we all come together and I give people a voice to speak, and we all can switch shit back and forth, especially in Discord. We get to talk about a lot of stuff and switch documents and thoughts and conversations. I mean, shit, there's even a voice chat we hop in sometimes and people talk. Even when I'm not there, they hop in there and have conversations about cases. Case conversations. It's not the only case we talk about. We cover different ones too also. We follow different shit. We talk about it in Discord all the time. And I think that we just gotta, you know, I want to fight the good fight. I want to see these victims get the justice that they so deserve. They deserve justice. I'm not about to jump up and down, you know, for somebody who allegedly committed a quadruple homicide. I'm sorry. Especially when your DNA is at the scene. I don't care if people want to tell me touch DNA till they're blue in the face and can't breathe no more. You can tell me touch DNA all day long. It's not going to change my opinion. DNA is, you know, very strong to fight. Now people go, oh, well, it rolled around and it got us on a scan, and or it rolled around on the this and his skin transferred it, or this, that, and the third. If that's the case, then he's going to have to explain that, right? So you know, would you rather have this guy move in with you, or next to you, or would you house him, or what? I mean, what? This dude needs his day in court. If he's innocent, right? If he's innocent, then he would walk free, right? But we don't decide we don't decide that, right? We do not decide that. That's up to our justice system to decide that. But I think it's an important role for us to stand behind the victims' families. And not only that, we look at these documents, we read these documents. We see what's in these documents, and people take these documents and scramble the words up like it's a fucking game of Scramble and come up with their own stories to it, and that's cool. Why not just discuss the shit instead of twisting it into a story? Talk about what, you know, doesn't make sense to you. So a lot of people say these pangs don't make sense, but in reality, I've seen over 20 cases where people got slammed with pangs, and they stuck. Those pangs stuck in court. So, I mean, it's, you know, people tearing these pangs apart. So all of a sudden in the Idaho 4, pangs don't count. But in all these other different cases where these pangs mattered, all of a sudden it's just a big thing. In the Koberger case, the pangs don't mean shit. They're not accurate. They're not this, that, and the third. But, you know, there's a lot of people that have been convicted and there was pangs inside of it. There was pangs inside the case. Cell phone towers, data. So people just, we got to stop thinking too hard. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is right here in our hands. I feel like, or in our eyesight, in our hands, we can see it. We can feel it. Like, I feel it through my body. I feel they got the right person. And I'm saying this with my heart. I feel they got the right guy. I don't feel there's nobody else involved. Allegedly. I feel like Bryan Christopher Koberger is guilty. I do feel that way. And if that makes me biased, then so be it. I own up to that. But I definitely feel like he did it. And until something shows me otherwise, I stand on that. And I stand for the right person getting locked up. I stand for the right. I stand for justice being served properly. I don't stand for injustice. I don't stand for just grabbing somebody and picking someone off the street and throwing them in a jail. Right? I don't stand for that. We stand for the truth. We want the right person to be where they need to be. And I feel like we got that allegedly. If I'm wrong, you'll see me eat every word live on stream. I don't know. I just had to get that off my chest because it's real heavy out here. I've never seen shit be so disgusting like that. I seen comments earlier from somebody. If you don't think, well, you know, the Kylie Rodney case and this ain't the Kylie Rodney case. And ain't nobody, I didn't blame no cops in no Kylie Rodney case. Like people talk about the people blame the cops in the Kylie Rodney case. I'd never blamed cops in the Kylie Rodney case, not once. It had nothing to do with cops, actually. Now I feel like, you know, that there's a different opinion on that, but I just gotta, you know, I gotta put it out there, man. I gotta put it out there. And I put my theory out there a while ago. And yes, I do ask questions. I read shit and I do ask questions and I think about it and I toss it around. I'll even talk with the Rev Gang family in Discord about my thoughts and what I'm thinking in my head. I get it out. I get it out every day. I talk about it every day. When I wake up, I think about this case. This case will forever be sketched into my memory. Like I said, we won't miss one moment of the trial. So make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell. You don't have to be a member. Just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. We're going to cover this all the way through. I will see this until the last day, whether guilty, not guilty, mistrial, whatever it may be. We are here to see justice play out. I had to put that out there. I love you guys. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you. Karen Klein, shout out to you. OJ Clapp, Mom to 5 Kings, Rosie, Hollis, DC, my son, and I Love Your Gaming channel. This case will be with us after conviction, no doubt. I won't miss it for sure. Can't wait. I hope I do too, brother. See you too. Thank you. What's going on, Esther? Welcome. Long time no see, girl. Riley says, thank you, T-REV. Great stream as always. Have a lovely day. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you guys. Everybody who was here the whole time, people that called in, everybody. I put the link up for anyone that wants to join in Discord. Like I said, we watch shows. We watch paranormal shows. We watch true crime shows. We sit back and we have conversations. We're humans. Karen Klein, shout out to you, Paige. I see you're green now. Shout out to Paige. Philadelphia Bulldogs. Much love to all. Hope everyone has a blessed evening. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. DM also initially, I told law enforcement she was on the first floor and then changed her statement. It's in the PCA. Oh, DM also. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying. Now, don't leave. Monica says, now, don't leave. Nah, don't leave. Giovanna, goodbye. Bye, everyone. I ain't left yet. Shit, people are scooting out. Hope tooth pain is better. Too, bruv. It's all right. I'll be all right. I got to go back for more. Wish I could have caught the whole live, Butterfly says. Great people here. I got to join respectfully. Love, bro, from Scranton, PA. Shout out to you in Scranton, my boy. Tankzilla. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all. I'm fitting to slide out of here, though. Go spend the rest of the night with the missus, and I'll talk to everybody in Discord who's in there. Let's go ahead and end it just like this.
Anyone who knew Kaylee would tell you the same thing. To know her was to love her. Her love for life and everyone in it was so inspiring. She made it a priority to make everyone feel so important and so loved.
There was never a day that she didn't want to race her brother because she was just determined that girls were faster than boys, or that she didn't want to go bug her little sisters.
Favorite memory for me was watching the game with her
And every time the Steelers scored, I'd pick her up, and I'd hold her high in the air.
I didn't really realize that I was in love with Maddie until the summer of 2020. We went to McCall and just spent a lot of time on the water. We floated the river and just hung out every chance we got.
They went to other countries together. Karen took them to Hawaii together. We took them to Mexico together. They went to college together. They went to high school together. They lived in their own apartment together. They were sisters.
She was so positive and lighthearted and understood the gift of life more than anyone I know. I remember her getting so mad at me for caring about the little things that didn't matter. She would always tell me she wouldn't know what to do without me, and now I have to live this life without her.
And she taught me a lot of stuff. She taught me how to be a dad. And I didn't know that until she was gone, you know?
Xana, you will not be forgotten. You have impacted so many lives and have given people so much love. I hope I can make you proud and try to leave an impact on this world and on people like you did.
He had such an infectious smile and a charismatic personality. And if you knew anything about Xana as well, they were very similar in how they acted together.
They were always so happy, and the way she would talk and smile about him was something I've never seen her do before. She truly loved him so much, and I know he had so much love for her.
We are eternally grateful that we spent so much time with him. And I want to remind you that that's the most important message that we have for you and your families, is to make sure that you spend as much time as possible with those people, because time is precious and it's something you can't get